let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safeway Liquid Beer Review podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
It's not static, AM radio.
It's the Cool Ben Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. The cracker 6 o'clock, I'm logging with some sirloin bites.
And a happy game day to all of you. Happy Halloud. We do have to say that this is the final day of broadcasting. Edmonton Sports Talk will be shutting down at the end of the day today.
What? I can't believe it.
April Fools! I told you we get them. I told you we get them. No, I was just kidding. All joking aside, Edmonton Sports Talk has actually signed a 12-year, $11 billion deal with Sportsnet. And we're going over there. April Fools as well. If you have any...
But we should wish Reed Wilkins good luck in his ventures on TSN and Sports Center. It was a new gig.
Yeah, I mean, that was a tough thing to take last night.
That was the big thing from the meeting.
At the staff meeting last night, Reed Wilkins did announce that he has accepted a position to go and co-host the Jay Onright show on TSN.
We wish him well.
April Fools! Oh, we are hilarious today. None of you saw any of this coming, and it is the funniest day ever. Send us your hilarious April Fools, and we could also we gotta hammer the thumbs up for us, and we'll do funny April Fools laughs pretty much all day.
Then you have to finish with who's the fool now?
Yes, you fooled me, and I fooled you.
An April Fool.
We said this morning that April Fool's Day might not be as hilarious as it used to be because everybody's fooling year round. You know?
The world's a fool. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all.
Yeah. So everybody's fools.
Actually, as you demonstrated earlier today, and you're hit with the Bear Boys, not knowing what day it is the ultimate April Fool.
I totally forgot everything. Recording a hit with Yukon and McCord, and they're like, "Hey, you guys doing anything crazy over at EST today?" I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that until you guys brought it up." Because you know who loves April Fool's stuff? FM radio.
It's a big day for the
AM
Bear.
radio.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
it
huge,
for the Bear.
Yeah.
They've been planning this for months. And it's going to be like, later on today, there's going to be construction on the white mud.
Took the batteries out of Jess's mouse.
We got you. We got you so good. Anyway, if you want to have some April Fool's fun, go ahead, send in your texts, and we'll see if there's anything that we can actually trick people with, right? That'd be hilarious. Dr. J is in, says, morning, boys. My son's grade 9 travel group is 16 hours into flight legs to Paris, and they're not done yet.
See, this is an April Fool.
I will simulate this exhaustion by waiting for tonight's puck drop. Can we get a conch for his first trip to Europe? Oh, boy. I don't think I could let Marshall go in grade 9 to Europe by himself. I mean, there's just no way.
I think he could do it
son
today.
of Dr. J.
He could do it today.
Not in grade
He's
9,
big enough.
though.
He's big enough.
Yeah.
He could take care of himself. Yeah.
Go ahead. Try to trick us with your April Fools. Eric and I will not be thy fool.
I will not be fooled.
Yeah. Scalding Gore texts in and says, believe nothing, trust nobody, yet there be an April Fool. I do like the idea of turning April Fools into another pirate event.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kind of got a bit of Taken to it, hey? Like, there's a bit of that. Like, a bit of Liam Neeson.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Are you the fool?
780-218-9999. Some people, I think we did fool some people right off the top when I said the last
You
day.
got a few on the boat there.
I mean, it would be pretty, you know what, if we like did 19 months of EST and then we're like, we're out.
Well, imagine
We've
like
all got other jobs. We're going our own ways.
getting canned on April Fools or something. Like, I wonder if businesses, like, it's got to be a dark,
real.
it's got to be an X day on the calendar to do any sort of that type of, I'd like to see in my office,
Yeah.
sort of say, oh, yeah,
That is
good
a,
one. Yeah,
that is a
no,
classic.
it's-
Like first thing in the morning, say to somebody, "Hey, I need to see my office at the end of the day," and just let them
Yeah.
sit there and piss their pants all day.
This is the day Iwanic does all of his firings.
Yeah, that's it. Jeremy and SWP says Rogers should have saved their announcement for this morning. You know, when I saw this $11 billion deal yesterday, I did think, I was like, I wonder if this was like a scheduled tweet for tomorrow morning.
Oh, that would have been.
Anyway, we'll get to that as we work our way through the show. It's a game day. We got a meeting recap. Probably the least eventful meeting that we've had.
The point tabulature, like, it was
Yeah.
a low event.
No, Matty-
high danger chances.
Matty ended up winning. He was the only one that had any points, +2 for suggesting a questions
Preemptive.
limit.
Yeah.
That was about it. Even Zach
Zach was restrained.
didn't ask a question. It was
Actually, it was Tommy that was.
yeah.
He
Tommy
was quite inquisitive.
almost used up his 5
He
questions.
was getting there.
He had 3 right at the end, and if Tommy actually asked a question during the meeting, which he may have, he might have hit his 5-question limit.
Everybody loves those end of meeting questions.
Yeah, I know. It was, what was it? It was like an hour and 5 minutes, the meeting.
Yeah,
It was a good, tidy, quick meeting. We got a lot of stuff
good spread.
discussed. Popeyes. I brought in 11 of those mini chicken. That mini chicken sandwich hit just right.
It'll do you.
Like, you could have one of them. Maybe you could have 2 of them. There was a couple of extra pieces of chicken that were kicking around, and Reed and Zach were kind of eyeing those up.
Reed had about 3 pops, I think.
Oh, well, Reed.
Just the splash, he says, as he's coming back for his third.
Reed yesterday, if you were watching.
So you driving?
If you were watching the Reed Wilkins show yesterday, I tell you, terrific show, highly entertaining. But yeah, so I go in again in the Coke, and it was Coke Zero. I didn't even know it was Coke Zero.
Yeah.
I just kind of grabbed a red bottle of Coke. I thought it would be normal Coke. Anyway, I got a bottle of Coke and a bottle of iced tea because Reed, again, like 2 days ago, yesterday before the meeting or last week before the meeting, goes, we should bring in a bottle of pop, so everybody can have a little drink.
A little splash.
This is the most fascinating, his thing with, and then I get it yesterday and I show him, I'm like, check it out, Reed, I got you your bottle of Coke. And he goes, I'm not really a big pop drinker. I'm like, but you're always on. He goes, yeah, but it's nice to, so him and Jay open it up, have a little splash during their show. And then we're all loading up our Popeyes plates for the meeting last night. And Reed comes out, grabs that bottle, and goes, I guess I should have a little splash of Coke here. And I was just like, you better have more than a splash. Like, and then last night, both bottles were like over half full. And he's like, I'm going to put these in the fridge and somebody can have a splash of Coke later. It's just, I don't know. He just
a splash.
I don't know what
Wash
he's
that
doing.
sandwich down.
He's so obsessed with meeting beverages. And I love it. I absolutely love it. And he said, I hope those tattoo people don't take all of our Coke in the fridge. Yeah. And we should drink it all today and then put it back in and be like, hey, Reed, thanks for the Coke, signed, tattoo people. And then when he freaks out about it, we can go, April Fools. And then he'd be like, oh, you guys got me. You guys got me. All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We'll get to, look, there's lots to get to today. Morning announcements will be coming up. The Fan Zone for fansfirst.ca. We'll dive a little bit into that reported $11 billion deal for NHL rights. Craig Button's going to pop by just after 7 o'clock. Coolbet Canada play of the day coming up. Weekly confessions at 7:30 today. What do you need to get off your chest? We'll go there for Spectrum Rental.
On an April Fool's Day as well.
Oh, man. What is it? What's real and what's not real?
Nobody knows.
It's going to be the most confusing confessions of all time. Also, fired up for Gemco fireplaces. I'm fired up for the Tecmo buzz in this building right now. I really am.
You talk about MLS expansion.
I
Holy
don't.
hell.
I don't.
No,
I-
I'm just saying.
I don't talk
You
about
don't.
MLS
But
expansion.
that's kind of, it's that pyramid scheme of Major League Soccer. This was something else last night.
Is MLS expanding?
Well, you could buy you could start a franchise today if
Are
you'd
you
like.
April Foolies?
No, this is serious.
Oh,
I'm just
wow.
saying I haven't seen expansion talk this big.
Yeah, it's very prevalent around the office right now. Kind of easy.
Even talk about a breakaway league.
Yeah, well, kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Gager will pop by. GCL Diesel. Orange and Blue Breakfast. That'll be coming up. I'll hit you with a snow report and then the wrap for William Huff. So lots to get to on the show today. You can text us anytime if you have any hilarious April Fool's pranks. 780-218-9999. Bumblebee Strummy texts in and says, Bumblebee Tuna Boys, 3 years ago today, where were you? And he has his tweet. He goes,
Yeah.
Dylan, Dad, McDavid was traded to the Flames. Kidding, April Fools. And he said, keep my captain's name out of your effing mouth.
And he spelled
That's a good way to do it. Tabby's in and says, this just in. The Maple Leafs are guaranteed to win in the first round of the playoffs this year. April Fools. Oh, Tabby, you are hilarious. Keep those text messages rolling in. Bone says, Zach didn't ask a question. April Fools. No, he didn't. He didn't ask a single question. I don't think he asked us. Did he ask us? No, actually, he did.
He jumped in the rush.
No,
a bit.
you brought up
Yeah.
the Instagram stuff. So
No, I'm pretty
you
sure.
sat right next. Oh, no, you were
Yeah.
just down from him. But
Yeah, Zach didn't ask a single question yesterday.
no
I think he heard us and he was like, okay, I got to dial it back. But
You think so?
I think that's what it was.
I missed Zach
I'm
asking
pretty
the odd
sure
question.
he
or
was
two.
sitting on his hands. Like he wanted to.
Well, we had the limit.
He just wanted to show. He's like, I'm not
Yeah.
a question guy. I can be normal guy for a meeting.
The most talked about thing at the meeting yesterday was actually your hair.
Yeah, I don't.
Trev comes in with no hat on, no hair, and no,
I thought it was
like no
cut, to
part
be
in his
honest. I
hair.
didn't see it.
Everyone-
That's what
everyone
everybody's
did.
saying. Hey, you got a
He's like,
haircut. You got a haircut. You're like, no, I didn't. Which is ironic because you're the haircut guessing guy.
Yes.
Who's firing at like a 99.9% accuracy rating.
Thank you.
And everybody's sitting here and they're just like, Trev, you got a haircut. You got a haircut. And all you had was not a hat on and your hair wasn't part. It was just like sort of flat top.
Yeah. So when
Yeah.
I come out of the shower,
I thought it looked pretty good.
some
actually.
days I just kind of
Shower.
I just I shower every now and then. I just dry it up. I get the towel. I just do it. It's kind of a shaggy look. I think that I look. I don't know. It's a weird look, but everyone said I was looking real nice. So I was except for Tommy, but that's okay.
Oh, Tommy didn't say it?
No,
Interesting.
everyone was
Jealous of your hair.
He was he was looking at me. He was like, "Oh, great hair today, Trev." And he was just looking at me. What about mine? Okay.
Tommy still only sees you as a competitor for the opposite sex. Like Tommy's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no.
It's a dog-eat-dog
You
world.
look, you
Yeah.
look vicious. Get
Yeah,
out of
yeah.
here. Like, Rip City Step over in the Nasty Chat. Where if you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for it. It's a game day. Maybe not as huge a game against Vegas if they were closer in the standings and if McDavid was playing, like all that stuff, but still a big game. If they
Whoa.
can pull off a dub tonight, be huge for
Double
this
game
team.
day as well as the Oil Kings take an
And the
even
Oil
series
Kings-
with the Raiders tonight at home.
We've
so.
given away a bunch of tickets to that game, courtesy of great partners over at William Huff. So hopefully you get out and enjoy that game. Rip City Step over the Nasty Chat says, did anyone watch Zach's golf video last night? Trev, did you watch the entire thing?
Watched it twice.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I watched a bit of it. And then I got distracted by something else. And then I did fast
Twice.
forward a bit, watch a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Why was it so good that you watched it a second time, I guess?
Well, he told I saw it
He's
as a
very
draft.
excited about this.
I saw it as a draft yesterday when I was
Okay,
setting
yeah,
up
yeah.
for the lock shop. So I was like, okay, I have some time. So let me watch this. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's not bad. And then last night I was like, I'll put this on again. And I just watched it when I got back home from the meeting. And yeah, it's a good watch. It's honestly funny. I love the idea of it, breaking 100.
He's going to try to break 100 at golf.
There's a play of Bryson DeChambeau's series on YouTube, breaking 50.
Yeah.
And it was good. He's like, I suck at golf. This was my swing last year. And it's just...
He does suck at golf.
Oh, it's terrible. But it's so funny. Like the pro is telling Zach, like after a few swings, he's like, okay, there's a lot of good things to like here. And Zach's face just lit up. But you look at the bottom and it's like... average carry 18 yards and I'm like, oh gosh. Those clubs, man, he's not going to make much progress with those clubs. They're so
this
short.
clubs are too tiny?
They're child's clubs. Zach's he's tall.
He's got to be like 6'3", 6'4".
The clubs are the best part, though, I think.
Yeah, he's tall. Zach's a tall kid.
And he's like, they go up to his knees. Like if you watch, his hands are as his knees every swing. And so I don't know how much progress he's going to make. I'm blown away. They didn't offer up some clubs for him. Like, here, just use these, try these.
Use these adult clubs.
Yeah. And so he's like, no, like, I think it's nothing to do with the clubs, Trev. I'm like, well, let's see. Let's test your theory, Zach. But definitely go give it a watch. It's very entertaining.
Yeah, it's on our videos page over on YouTube. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart, it's pretty funny.
VR Montenegro says Zach needs a better instructor.
He's got a long way to go. He's got a long way to go. He shot 180 last year. Okay, people. So like, just so you know, like
Not darts.
no, what's up? 180. It was like 180. 180. And I know some of you are like, this is an April Fool's, right? Like Zach didn't shoot 100. You know, he did. He took a max 10 on every single hole when he golfed last year. So there's a lot of room for improvement. I think he can knock that thing down by just getting out a few times to like 120. And then, the next 20 strokes will be
Step by step, yeah.
won't be easy for him.
I see this as a long series.
Yeah, this is
Episode 75.
I see it as, hey, have you guys watched
Same clubs.
Have you guys watched season 7, episode 3 of Breaking
Give it to
100?
me. Give it to me. I want the full collection.
But yeah, no, it's it looks like a fun thing for Zach. He's pretty fired up about it. So that's good news. All right. I already laid out the show for you, so let's dive into your morning announcements here. How about this? This is great. Morning. This is the first text ever from this person.
Great handle.
Great handle.
Yeah.
Jaked potato instead of baked potato. My God, you're already a legend. Like, that is just a terrific, terrific text handle. Jaked potato. That's kind of like my buddy who goes by the handle Jeff Leopard instead of Def Leppard.
That's real good.
Yeah, but jaked potato is really good. Morning, boys. I have a special conch request this morning. I'm graduating from law school at U of A this month. I just bought my tickets to the Kids Sport Bids for Kids event.
Oh, yeah.
And I got flights. He must mean seats. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And I got flights for the Elks season opener in Vancouver. Bleed, green, and gold. Is this like an April Fool's text? This seems like an April Fool's text. Like,
not from Jaked Potato.
oh, my goodness. Jaked potato. A conch for you. Congrats on law school, man. But that just seems like an April, hey, I got tickets to the Kids Sport event.
He also had
I'm
the
graduating
emoji
law school.
green and gold hearts there.
Green and
the
gold
whole
hearts
bit.
and that
Can't wait
little,
to see
what's
it,
that little
Balancona.
purple devil smile?
Yeah. Well, on that note, your beautiful shirt you're wearing today.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I was down. I had a meeting with the Elks yesterday, and while I was waiting to go into the offices there, I was standing around the store and I saw this shirt, and then the whole time I was in the meeting, all I could think about was going out and getting that shirt. So I picked this up yesterday at the Elks store. They still have like a stack. I don't know. There's probably like 10 or 12 left, and it's look at this shirt. If you're watching on you, I'll describe it in a sec. But if you're watching on YouTube today, it says "They see me rolling." Is that what it says at the bottom there? And it's Larry Thompson when he drove through the. Yeah, there you go, Trev. They see me rolling. And you can see his wife like throwing the balls out to the crowd, and Larry's just driving through the opposition sideline. It's just a hilarious.
The look on his
t-shirt.
face,
he just,
where are they?
like, he just has no clue what's going on at all. Which is kind of funny. So yeah, if you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart, black T-shirt, big square photo of Larry driving through the along the sideline. They're throwing the balls out. It's actually a pretty funny T-shirt. I had to have it.
It's great.
I had to have.
Good
the
on
shirt.
them for having a little fun with that
Yeah,
thing.
well, they should they should have fun with this stuff.
Yeah. That's CFL written all over it.
Exactly. But yeah, how about this guy? He's got the tickets to the season opener in Vancouver for the Elks.
And at Bellinskona, which is great. To see too,
we'll see him. Make sure.
Can't wait to meet him.
Make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
you come up and introduce yourself as Jake Potato, okay? Because I cannot wait to meet you, man. And congratulations on law school. There's your conch and everything, and it's very exciting, very exciting. And keep the text coming in with Jake Potato. Smith TM14 says that was the best part of last summer. Larry Thompson in the fire truck. Yeah, it was good. I'm not doing that Edmonton-Vancouver game. I'm actually, week 1, I'm going to be in Montreal. I haven't gone past Winnipeg in 2 years, but CFL and TSN mixing up the schedule a little bit this year, getting all of our guys kind of all across the country. So I'm opening up with the Friday Night Football event in Montreal, if you can believe it. Montreal.
Old Montreal.
Oh, parlez-vous français? Touchdown!
Your smoked meat.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be a
Jake
lot of fun.
Potato's back in the Paris Jewelers inbox. You
Oh
want
my
to check
God,
this out.
stop,
Check this
stop
out.
already. What is this guy?
There's no fooling about him.
Oh my God.
Right?
This is exactly what I would expect from a Jake Potato.
It's all real.
Jake Potato sent in a picture of him with Larry Thompson, and Jake Potato is wearing this shirt. God, what are the odds that this guy has just gone from 0 to 100
To the moon.
instantly? God, somewhere like that's just how you start your text. That's absolutely hilarious. What are the odds of that? All right, this text comes in from Asif, texting in from a different number than Atif. Good morning, gentlemen. Breaking news: Phil Kessel is signed with the Oilers. Happy April Fool's Day. As expected, that's how this would start.
I think Atif always wanted Kessel. It's funny how.
Good morning from Montreal. I was talking to my brother yesterday, and apparently it comes to my attention that my brother had a cold beer. What? That had a cold beer. His glasses were clean, and he put on cologne. His hands are clean as well. My brother does not do this for anybody except his hero, YouTube Trev. I told him the biggest mistake that he did was leaving EST. I hope these two knuckleheads and their on-air fight can become best friends, and it could possibly be a sighting at the kids' sport event, even for Atif.
Oh, boy.
Which is next Tuesday. So now Atif is pretending to be his brother Asif, who lives in Montreal.
Yeah.
All right.
The best part is he won't buy a membership, but has bought another phone, obviously, and with a different number. Like that's the lengths he'll go to, but he won't buy a damn membership.
Kids Sport Bids for Kids event. We will have a little bit more information on that coming up with the update. NHL last night. Calgary Flames finally get that, what do they say in the business? They get a piece of meat.
Needed that one.
From the Colorado Avalanche. They had to have it. The Avs had owned Calgary. They beat them 7 times in a row. And all 7 times were by 2 goals or more. Or if you're a D-gen like me, that's called the puck line. The Avs had covered the puck line 7 straight games. Calgary would have none of it.
Did we have McKinnon goal or McKinnon point?
We had McKinnon goal. Calgary comes back, wins in the shootout 3-2. Dallas took care of business against the Kraken 3-1. Philadelphia 3 wins in a row since Torts left. They got by the Preds 2-1. And the Devils picked up the win last night. After the meeting last night, I was rushing home to watch the Lakers and the Rockets in a rare NBA defensive battle that you don't see very often. 104-98. The Lakers get by the Rockets. One of the highlights of the game in the closing moments, in the final minute, LeBron with just a massive, massive block. Just as impressive as blocks come.
You know what they say about championships in defense, right?
You can win them if you play a little. Now, I would like to declare today
You do declare?
that I think it's finally time for me to give in and state on the show this morning that, in fact, Michael Jordan is the April Fools. I would never do that in a million years.
You can't even fool it.
I can't even
get
get
go
it
through with the fool.
Well, here's the thing. I couldn't say it the entire way because somebody would clip it and be like, "Look what Dusty said." You know, I just can't trust people. I can't even put that sentence out into the ether, as they say. I think
The ether.
wherever it is.
Meg says, "Good Lord, is Jake Potato single? What a man."
Who's this?
Somebody says, Jake the Potato is my cousin. He's the best. Jake the Potato. Somebody says, future EST lawyer, Jake the Potato, maybe giving Mac Ramal a run for his money.
God. How about Jake Potato coming in and Megs is like, is he single?
Yeah, what's the number?
Let's go. Megs, April Fools, right? Is that another Atif burner account? Yeah, Jake Potato. I love how the cousin refers to him as Jake the Potato.
Jake the Potato.
Jake the Potato is my cousin. He's the best. He's a diehard Elks and Oilers fan. Congrats on school. Watch out, criminals. That's Jay from Salt Spring who texts in today. Chris G is in and says, "Hey boys, can I get a conch for a Seif?"
Straight up.
We are huge. This is a huge Asif show. All right, keep those text messages rolling in here today. We're going to have a lot of fun. The Fan Zone is coming up next. Oilers kicking off this 4-game roadie tonight against the Vegas Golden Knights. What a season Jack Eichel is having, eh? Eichel is having a phenomenal campaign. And Vegas is once again a very, very good hockey team. What do you expect from the game tonight? Will it have to be a case of if Leon doesn't light the world on fire and carry them to a win, they don't win? Is that the mindset you have heading into this game tonight? Or is there more there? Is there more cooking for the Mighty Oil? And we will discuss the rumored $11 billion deal that the NHL has in place with Sportsnet. So we'll get into that coming up here before 7 o'clock. Craig Button on the Oilers and Golden Knights just after 7 o'clock. But let's get into a sports update right now for the Edmonton Sports Talk Bids for Kids event presented by GS Construction.
Featuring Jake Potato.
Featuring Jake Potato, fresh off of graduation of law school. Go ahead. Let's get to the update. Here we go.
Game day as the Oilers open a 4-game road trip in Vegas this evening. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, they'll get you set with the GCL Diesel pregame show. Coverage starts 7 o'clock right here on EST. You could join the boys also following tonight's action on the postgame show. Last night, Stars over the Kraken 6-1. Dallas have won 3 straight. Flames rallying to top Colorado 3-2 in a shootout. Flyers 2-1 over the Preds, and the Devils beat the Wild 3-2 in a shootout. Elsewhere tonight, the Kings are at home to the Jets. Calgary visit Utah. The Blues host the Red Wings. Florida are in Montreal. And the Bruins are at home to the Capitals as Ovi Watch continues. Game 3 between the Oil Kings and Raiders goes tonight from Rogers Place. That opening round series even at a game apiece. Puck drop at 7. Andres Jimenez. We'll have to get a home run song for him soon. 3rd jack of the season. As the Jays take the opener of a 3-game set with the Nationals 5-2. That series will resume this evening. First pitch 5:07. Jose Barrios, scheduled starter. Lakers held off the Rockets 104-98 in NBA action. SGA had 27. OKC would rout the Bulls 145-117. The Thunder have won 10 straight. And the Celtics, they improved to 32-7 on the road with a 117-103 win in Memphis. Boston have won 9 straight. And they're now just 4 back of the Cavs for first in the East. 7 games around the NBA tonight. Down to Moose Jaw in the Men's World Curling Championships. Canada's Brad Jacobs suffering his first defeat of the tournament in a tight 6-5 loss to Scotland yesterday. Canada will play twice today, this morning at 9 against Sweden, and later tonight at 7 against Italy. Join Dustin Nielson, Reed Wilkins, Trey and Tyrell Ford, and other special guests Tuesday, April 8th at the Bell in Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk Bids for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A live on-location show featuring a delicious appetizer buffet, silent auction, 50-50, and more. Tickets are limited. Find them today, www.kidsportbidsforkids.com.
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me. Oh, dude. I'm your huckleberry. Oh, dude. That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me. Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Oh, dude.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me! 6:30. CAM Nasty, thank you very much for being here today. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. We'd love to have you. Hammer the box at 780-218-9999. Buy now, do not pay until 2026 at Paris Jewelers. Check them out, www.parisjewelers.com, or visit their stores, West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center. One of your text messages will win the text of the day for A and W, where the Teen Burger remains iconic. Enjoy one today.
And today is
Canada's original burger chain since 1956. And it's game day. They got the fantastic deal. You are looking at Mama Burger and Fries for just $5. $5. Go get that. Nielson Show, as always, brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev, winners of the 2024 GM President's Club Award. So you know you're doing good business when you're at South Fort Chevrolet. Nice buzz around the Kids Sport Bids for Kids event. Edmonton Sports Talk teaming up with Kids Sport, the Bids for Kids event. Myself, Reed Wilkins, with the Ford brothers. Bell in Scona. Next week, next Tuesday, get your tickets right now, just like Jake Potato did earlier today. You're coming to the event. Maddie's coming to the event. Tommy's coming to the event. The Reed Wilkins Show will be live from Bell in Scona from 3 to 6 leading up to the event, which should be, it should be a lot of fun. Mark Connolly from CBC is going to be emceeing the event. It's a great time. There's an appetizer buffet. You pop by after work, have a bevy, have some food.
Casual atmosphere.
Very casual atmosphere. But it's going to be a good night. So let's AM Nasty this thing up here. Get your tickets. www.kidsportbidsforkids.com. It is presented to you by GS Construction. The Sandman, Sam with and his team over there at GS, huge supporters of so many different things around the city, including two guys and a goalie with us. They're presenting sponsor, two guys and a goalie. We announced yesterday that the golf tournament is locked and loaded for Tuesday, July 8th. And we're very excited about that. Maddie sent out the golf tournament package to a bunch of clients yesterday. And Sandwith replied immediately. He goes, we'll do presenting sponsorship. But the problem is somebody had already beat them to the presenting sponsorship an hour earlier. Yeah. So the race was on to get a piece of the EST Golf Classic. But GS Construction's taking a big sponsorship of that as well. So shout out to Turan and the team over at GS Construction. And it should be a pretty good time. I'm really looking forward to this, sitting down with the Ford boys. And they're actually going to join us on the show Thursday to kind of preview the event a little bit as well. I'm excited for CFL season. And I mean, obviously I'm excited for CFL season. I get to call games. It's my favorite thing to do. Yeah. I'm very, very excited for CFL season, but we had a great off season. I'm not talking we as in here in Edmonton. Edmonton did have a good off season, but the league in general, I think, had a fabulous offseason. The draft is still around the corner.
Draft month.
I can't wait.
Draft month, April 30 is CFL draft, and the search for the commish continues, which I kind of don't mind.
That's interesting.
I don't mind it though. It keeps it kind of bubbling up there. It's a very important gig this time around, I would say, in taking the league into a new era.
We should get Naylor on here at some point to find out what's going on with the commission, because Randy did say he'd stay on until they find somebody. Right? It's not like they're not being guided by anybody right now. Randy Ambrosi continues to do the job until they find someone.
Glenn Suter just doesn't want to leave the booth with you, I think. That's what's weighing on his mind. He commish over here doing the games with you.
Suits would leave the booth to be commish. Oh. And I would say this, and I know I'm very biased, obviously, depending on who you talk to, might be my best friend. But I'm not sure anybody cares about the Canadian Football League or Canadian football more than Suits. Like, as far as putting every single ounce of what you have into a job, he would do that. But I'm not too sure where they go with the commish. That's an interesting one. This text is in. No handle on this one. Tough day to try to come up with a handle after Jaked Potato was dropped on us. Like, you might just want to come up with a handle a different day. And if you text in, like, you just don't want to be, we don't want to be like, hey, Jaked Potato, remember that he was in? Yeah, who else started texting in that day? Oh, it was Leduc Larry. Like, that's just not going to work. Like, that's a tough one to go with. Anyway, this text is in today at 780-218-9999. Sportsnet signs with the NHL for 12 more years. No.
That's good. Good usage of the clip.
But we're going to discuss. It's a fan zone for fansfirst.ca. By fans, for fans. No fees. And, I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, for a city that has the regional deal with Sportsnet, so, the Oilers are going to be on Sportsnet for a decade anyway. I don't know. Where do fans come out on this? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. It was reported yesterday online that Sportsnet had signed an $11 billion deal to keep the NHL rights for another 12 years, I believe.
That Sportico graphic did look a little April Fool-y, though. It wasn't.
Well, I was wondering,
in terms of announcements like this, it kind of looked like somebody did it on a desktop.
Yeah,
PC
it kind of does look but is that a bunch of screens? Is that what it is? $7.7 billion US. It's $11 billion Canadian. Apparently, people still need to vote on this and stuff. But Sportico, the business of sports, laying it out there. And they did come out yesterday, not today, just in case you were wondering. They've had it for a long time. I would assume, and look, being a TSN guy, I would have loved for TSN to get a piece of this. I thought maybe the play here would be, Rogers takes Saturday nights, TSN gets Wednesday nights back, and Amazon takes Mondays type of thing. But not the case. Now, here's the thing with Sportsnet. The last deal with Sportsnet was half of this. And, I don't think it was an easy deal for them to navigate. Cost some people their jobs. This one's twice as big. It's over a decade down the road from when the last deal was signed. So you didn't think it was going to be any lower. That's for sure. But the National Hockey League just decided to take the bag. And I would sort of assume off the top here that Rogers and Sportsnet would already have a deal in place with Amazon to take the Monday nights for the next 12 years for like a couple billion or $1 billion or something, to take something off their plate. Cause that's just a big pill to swallow again.
Yep. Especially in today's kind of atmosphere, right? With rights deals and all that. Like you kind of,
it's
that
a big
type
one.
of money in that type of term, but
it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. Do they just ride it out? Do they just go Amazon on Mondays and Sportsnet takes it all for another decade? Or is there something else? Is there something else brewing there? I saw a lot of negative takes on it, more so than I thought. Like, hockey coverage is hockey coverage. Like, give me the game, and if you don't like some panels, I get it. I understand it. I am biased, but I think any panel with James Duthie on it is the best that you can possibly do. And the NHL, from a national perspective, decided they didn't need that, which I think is kind of insane. But obviously they're happy with the product that Sportsnet's putting forward for them. So, but like I said, in like regardless of the national deal in Edmonton, the majority of your games I've already locked in anyway. So like, I don't know how much of an impact this really has locally. Like how much do you actually sit down and watch other teams play outside of the Oilers?
Well, you can't watch the Sens. You can't watch the Jets. You can't I'm curious as to how that's all going to go.
The regional deals, I would assume most of the regional stuff probably stays the same. Like TSN needs to hold what regional deals they have, and I don't think Sportsnet would want to add any more significant regional deals when they've already got 11 billion clicked in for the national deal. Mike D texted and says, guys, as long as Jack and Louie are calling games, I'll watch it on a jaked potato for all I care.
Jacked potato.
That's Calber is in and says, guys, I thought for sure EST was in the running for the NHL contract. No, you know what? I like this window because it gives us 12 years to save up $15 billion to take the next run at it.
Yep.
You know,
if Reed keeps drinking pop at this clip, the empties will easily cover it. Right? 12 years. That's a lot of 2 liters.
That's a good one. 780-218-9999. You know what I do like? I like us having this conversation here from the fan zone and people still texting in CFL stuff from our conversation from just a little bit earlier. So we'll get to we will get to a few of those. And over in the nasty chat, if you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up.
I think the negativity with the Sportsnet too is not so much the hockey coverage, but what goes on when the hockey's not being played, the intermissions, things like that. That's where people, kind of come out on what they want and what they. But then if TSN did get it too, people would have an issue with that and what they do.
100%.
There's never going to be
it's never going to be perfect. I don't like commenting too much on fellow Canadian broadcasters.
Yeah.
I got no problem chiming off on an idiot like Stephen A. Smith south of the border. But as far as Canadian broadcasters go, I would say this. I would have thought that, and look, Gazdik's one of our guys. We love Luke. You know, they've got some good talent over there. I would have thought that their panel coverage would have been better a decade in. I'll just say that.
Fair.
I'm not naming names on all of them, but just the general sort of feel. Like at 10 years into a deal, people still shouldn't being like, I missed the TSN panel. You know, like you should have been able to win those people over. And according to some of the responses and stuff you see online,
I don't think it's either.
Apparently they haven't. I like Amber. I think he's good.
I don't think it's for lack of trying either. They've just gone directions where people don't. Yeah, and that's
also
okay.
tough. But when you take over the rights and you move away from a panel that had James Duthie and once Bob McKenzie on it, you're like, I mean, that's tough to do. Friedman's great. Like they've got some really good talent over there. I don't know. We'll see. Like I would hope that they continue to change things and add things and make things better over the next 12 years. And if you're spending $11 billion on a product, if you have any more money to invest into actual on-air talent, then I think that would probably be, just continue to make things a little bit better. Rob the Plumber says, guys, if they give more to Amazon, they have to change their broadcast. It's terrible at the moment. Too American for me. And does Kane or Frederick play on this road trip? Kane or Frederick will be skating with even Frederick will be playing on they'll be skating on the road trip with the team, not necessarily playing. I would be surprised if either of them actually play.
But who may drive down in the car,
road trip?
Like there's that question too about a few names joining them during the trip.
I don't mind that. I like that. It's not that long a drive down there. No. They could probably do that. All right, keep the text messages flying in. We'll try to get through a few of these. The Amazon thing. I haven't watched many Amazon games. I watched it at the beginning, and it was too like NFL style, where they're teaching you everything about every team, and you're like, man, we know about these. Like we're Canadians, we get it. So I haven't watched an Amazon broadcast if it's not an Oilers game in a long time. So I don't really want to comment on That one. All right. We'll get to a few more of your text messages as we work our way through the show today. But yeah, lots of good CFL text rolling in here today as well.
Strummy in the nasty chat. More CFL talk already, April Fools, as we know Strummy's bit on a daily basis.
Let us have it. Let us have it. Mike D says, guys, did Elliott not say a while back that Sportsnet may not even bid on the next package since they didn't really exactly make a lot of money the last time? I think he said it before the Amazon announcement. Yeah, like we know they took a hit last time, which is why it's insane that they're paying double. As I popped on the original tweet yesterday from the company that from the Twitter account that kind of broke this, and one of the first replies was, "They should have just paid Vladdy." You're like, then you can drop $11 billion on NHL rights, but you can't get a Vladdy Guerrero deal junior done, like our junior deal done. Like, come on, you gotta get your priorities straight here. So we'll see where the landscape is. This does not mean that Rogers couldn't be like, hey, TSN, we're calling the shots now. Give us this much for Wednesdays. You know, like I've always sort of imagined that's where it would possibly get to. But maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But either way, the NHL has secured, looks like it, $11 billion Canadian for their NHL rights over the next 12 years. Hersey texts in today and says, morning, fellas. On a scale of 1 to 10, what rank would you give Randy Ambrosie as his time as CFL commissioner? I'd say like 4 to 5. Wasn't great, wasn't bad, didn't really do a lot to grow the game, but didn't hurt it.
He was in that position before, during, and after the pandemic.
Yeah,
which for a league like the CFL, a lot of people had their doubts and their worries.
Some people thought it would die during the pandemic.
Absolutely. And he, you know, however you want to say his House of Commons, all those things. I mean, Randy Ambrosie is a guy, too, that comes across as, like, he's a CFL commish. Like, he's not too, like, he's... I mean, you had him at the golf tour. Like, he's a good guy. He's a warm guy. He's kind of, but yeah, he's not like a very direct, shark in the water type. But he is just a rep of the owners, right? And I think sometimes CFL owners do get a bit of a free pass in this league, and we all focus on the commission. It's, we put a lot of stock into what that guy's doing. But no, I mean, I think the global initiative too, and I responded to Hersey. I think we balked at that a lot at the beginning, but you look at what the NFL is doing now on a global basis. So Randy said, he identified that, said, I want a bit of a piece of that.
I'm not necessarily sure it worked out for what he imagined.
No, but
I don't think it was, a complete failure.
No, and yeah, growing the game at home, whatever. I mean, I think there's still, I think grassroots football in Canada, and then you could partner with university and junior and all that, but I would give him a solid 6.5.
Yeah, I'm probably like as where you are, like a little bit higher than Hersey in the fact that, and you need guys to step up, but Randy Ambrosie will be stepping out and leaving the Canadian Football League here at some point with it having the most stable ownership it's had in the history of the league. Like it is stable ownership across the board, which you could not have said. And this is coming out of a pandemic, a few years after pandemic, he's put new ownership in place that I believe are the right people in place across this league from an ownership perspective that has stabilized it enough that I do think there will be some pretty good leaps and bounds over the next few years.
Most notably on the Canadian of the nation.
League.
You look at BC, you look at places like Montreal and those types of
like stable ownership in these places now, which a lot of commissioners have struggled to find over the years. So I think that's a positive. The league made enough money last year that the salary cap actually went up by a pretty decent margin this year. So, it's always a popular thing to criticize the commission. I'm not saying Randy is, above that, because there were some things that I think a lot of people and himself would probably admit that he would have liked to have done a little bit better. Like the Genius Sports deal, I still don't necessarily understand much.
Still waiting on that one.
And that was a thing that he really pushed. So yeah, but I do think he probably did a better job than a lot of people want to admit.
Yeah, and that's
would put around that 6.5.
It's classic Canadian and CFL to beat down on our own and say, we constantly look at ourselves in the mirror and not like the return. But yeah, he certainly, I don't think, hurt in anything, and that's why you got to go above the 5 mark.
Calvin Seek says, guys, are there any candidates already for the new CFL commission? Not many have come out into the public just yet, but I'm sure they've got a handful of candidates that they would be looking at.
And I'm sure it's not intentional, but it makes for a great talking point to have nobody it's
especially once we ramp up here, like through the month of May and stuff. Ryan from SK says ballsy for commish, and that would be Michael Ball.
We'll leave that one here.
I'll probably say no, probably not. I know Ballsy loves the league and cares about it, but probably not going to be the commish. Chris Jones for CFL commish, Scalding Gordon. Is that an April Fool's? I think that might be an April Fool's as well. Big Maples in it says, I have been TSN since the day I was born, and I will be TSN until the day that I die. I still have the staff-issued wristwatch from TSN my uncle got when he worked for them in the 90s with the old yellow bubble logo. Wow. Big Maple, you're not messing around. If you love it that much, you should get a tattoo.
The Sports Network.
Big T from Regina says, guys, how big will the next CFL TV deal be? That's in from Travis. That's a good question. I am not 100% sure how big the next deal is going to be. It will be bigger than the previous deal, I would think. I mean, that's usually how these things operate. And it will help stabilize the league for many years moving forward, I would think.
And although he hasn't said he's in the running, he also has yet to deny he is in the running, and that's Matthew Iwanek for CFL.
Iwanek for commissioner. Well, he has history of a commissioner of a CFL.
He's commissioned a lot of things, yeah.
He's with that being said, he's being pretty pushy on this Tecmo stuff, and we're going to get into it a little bit during Fired Up.
Is he ever?
Like, a lot of pushback last night, like just unreasonable schedule expectations.
He almost splintered the league.
Yeah, he
almost saw a schism in the league.
He wanted us to play like a 48-game schedule for each of us during the regular season. I said, Matty, it's going to take 6 months. Football seasons are like 16, 18 games. So we kind of, bickered him down a little bit. And but anyway, more on that with Fired Up for Gemco Fireplaces, because we're pretty excited about that. Here's one. Corey says, guys, evidently I'm in the minority. I am a fan of the Sportsnet panel, particularly Bieksa and Biz when he's on. That's from
fair enough.
This guy's signing his name Hyman's Hat Tricks, I think, is where he wants to go with it. Yeah, I mean, they have some good guys. Like I said yesterday, I thought it was surprising how many people were just like, oh no. But it's a lot of money. And a lot of people with some thoughts on Ron McLean's role moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm always torn on the Ron McLean conversation because I grew up absolutely loving Ron McLean. But like he was. I
also grew up with rotary phones.
Yeah, no, I get. No, I mean that's fair. I mean, I would.
It's nothing personal.
I would think there's probably a transition somewhere in the next 12 years on this deal to change the main host of the panel.
Boy, if not,
that's not really a major stretch. But
I could see it. I mean,
they tried. They went away from it. They had Strombo in. They tried to do something new and fresh.
Can't fault them for trying.
That wasn't accepted by hockey fans. And they're like, well, what do hockey fans want? And they went back out and brought Ron back. And Ron's been doing his bit for a long time there again. Let me ask you this question. Let's say somewhere in the next 12 years, Ron's out. He's just going to retire at some point. Who would you like to see as a National Hockey League fan base listening and watching this show right now? Who would you like to see take over the reins from Ron McLean on Hockey Night in Canada? Yeah. Now, David Amber's there. Probably be the guy. And that's not a slight of Dave Amber. I'm just saying, who would fans want to see?
Yeah, it's one thing to want him gone, but then who do you? I mean, everybody can say, do away with this, do away with that. Give us a name. Who would you want?
Say
because
the name.
As you mentioned, Strombo at that time was hot.
His
stock was hot.
Strombo was hot then, man.
Now, the cross-section of hockey, okay, whatever, that didn't work. But again, can't fault him for trying. But then, if not Ron, who? And not Jake Potato, for crying out loud.
I don't know. He's getting a good buzz today.
They want him to see if
I don't know if anybody's had a 6 o'clocker buzz like Jake Potato
in Canada. Yeah. No word yet on if he's his relationship status.
Smith TM14 says, Elliot Friedman, the score. Right? Is that not how you always...
You can still hear that.
I cannot,
you're right.
Anytime I see Elliot, I'm like, Elliot Friedman, the score. Friedman's too good in his role as insider to slide over and host the panel. He could definitely do it. I mean, Elliot's, way up there. But who would be that guy? It's when you have guys in the industry that have been around for so long, it's tough to have other guys develop further down and then all of a sudden give them a shot, right? So keep those texts coming in, 780-218-9998. Brad from Crossfield says, easy, Jay Milne. Can you imagine glue guy going from like becoming a broadcaster, working with Reed for a year, and then hosting the Sportsnet panel?
12 years, man.
Baggio says, Tommy Gazzola. That's good to see some of our guys getting love here. Not going to happen. I've got them all locked up. They're not going anywhere.
Ironclad, yeah.
Snacky Chan says, easy choice, Jay Baruchel, the Canadian actor.
Well,
who I do like. He's a funny actor.
Who's that guy from Bar Down that everybody seems to like?
Let's get to another text. From William
April
Mike.
Fool, April Fool.
April Fools. William Mike Spears says, hey guys, any truth to rumors that EST is trying to secure the regional rights to broadcast Laker games? I cannot deny or confirm those allegations / rumors.
Could be the time to move though, eh?
I wonder if we reached out and we're just like, hey, can we just broadcast your Lakers games locally in Edmonton and I'll just call them and fanboy the entire time?
Never hurts to ask. You get your name on file.
I did watch that entire game last night from start to finish. Great defensive battle. The Elks herd almost got me.
You saw that. No, yeah.
Elks herd.
Scouts at it.
Elks herd podcast tweet. I almost said, oh my God, look at this. Oh, almost. The tweet was, can I share the tweet? Okay, the tweet was, this almost got me.
And it looks more legit.
It does look
than
legit.
the NHL deal picture
It
from
actually
yesterday.
looks more legit than that
Right?
Sportico picture for the NHL $11 billion deal. The Elks herd 20 minutes ago goes, breaking, the Elks are trading their second-round draft pick in 2025, 10th overall, to the Riders for negotiation rights of Canadian NFL receiver Chase Claypool. Almost got me. I was this close to being like, oh man, look at this. Whew.
A guy named Jeremy replies to it, fake?
Come on, really? Yeah, one guy. Fake? Question mark. People are still getting fooled on an April Fool's Day.
Jen Cool says Tim McAuliffe.
You know what I said about Timmy, what was it, a couple months ago? And how I think he's underutilized. I mean, McAuliffe's I am a full-blown McAuliffe stan. So, yes.
He's going to do Ontario University playoff football.
Hampton Steve makes a good point. Guys, I always thought that Merrick would be the natural successor to McLean, but that won't be happening after last summer. I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, it is true. Like, I always kind of thought that they were grooming Merrick for that role. Well, we'll see where it goes. They got 12 years to work with it. $11 billion. All right, we've got the Oilers and the Golden Knights tonight. Be a late night for Tommy and Hernan.
Yep.
8 o'clock start, pregame show, GCL Diesel pregame show at 7 o'clock tonight. That'll be an hour after the Reed Wilkins show. Craig Button's going to join us for Pro-Am Sports coming up next. We'll set up this game. Is it going to basically take Leon Draisaitl carrying the team to a win tonight, or can they win this game some other way? Jack Eichel's having a phenomenal season. You know who else is having a phenomenal season that really haven't really talked about much? Kucherov. Kucherov's having a phenomenal year, and Vasilevsky is right behind Hellebuck.
Traeger mentioned Kuch in his heart race.
Tampa Bay's, those sneaky boys are cooking again. So we'll get into that a little bit with Craig Button as well. Weekly confessions, fired up for Gemco Fireplaces. There's lots to get to. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be very much appreciated. Let's get to 150 here as we chat with Craig Button. He's on the way next. Let's get to a sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric.
It is game day as the Oilers open up a 4-game trip tonight in Vegas. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas get you set with the GCL Diesel pregame show. Coverage will begin at 7 here on EST. The boys will also be back following tonight's action on the GCL Diesel postgame show. Other action last night saw the Stars pick up their third straight win, 6-1 over the Kraken. Flames rallying to top Colorado 3-2 in a shootout. Flyers 2-1 over the Preds, and the Devils knock off the Wild 3-2 in a shootout as well. And later on tonight, other action around the league. Kings at home to the Jets. Calgary are in Utah. The Blues host the Wings. Florida visit Montreal for the back end of that home and home. And OV Watch continues as the Capitals are in Boston. The Edmonton Oil Kings back home for Game 3 of their opening round series with the Prince Albert Raiders. That series tied at a game apiece. Puck drop 7 o'clock from Rogers Place. Andreas Jimenez with his third home run of the season as the Jays take the opener of a 3-game set with the Nats 5-2. That series will continue later this evening. First pitch 5:07. Over to the NBA. 7 games on tonight's schedule. Last night, the Celtics improved to 32-7 on the road as they knock off the Grizzlies 117-103. Boston have won 9 straight and find themselves just 4 back of Cleveland for tops in the East. SGA, 27 points. OKC rout the Bulls 145-117. And the Lakers holding on to defeat the Rockets 104-98. Down to Moose Jaw, World Men's Curling Championships. Canada's Brad Gushue suffering his first defeat of the tournament as he would fall 6-5 in a tight one to Scotland. Canada will be in action twice today, later this morning at 9 against Sweden, and the evening draw against Italy at 7. Sports Update brought to you by Nisku Glass. We want to thank EST and all the listeners and viewers. What better way than to give them a deal? Mention Edmonton Sports Talk or present your Nasty Club membership for a 10% discount on windshields, glass, or any of your window and door orders. Call us today to get that ugly broken windshield replaced or to start planning your spring renovation project now.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson show flu. And there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in on TuneIn, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Tati and Eric and all of the bad cats like Brzezinski and Noodles. Gameday Gage it, maybe it's Bob and a cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaggy's always on time, Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away? Beat up the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about the games? Macramella, Rapaport, Drager, and Tanier. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All about them even person, Dusty go forth. What say you? AM Nasty crew. We got the Nielson show flu. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
7:04 on a game day. You're riding with the AM Nasty. What is up? Thank you very much for being here today. Nielsen Show original songs brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. New gear, used gear, trade and consign, a sport for every season with hockey equipment and skates ready to go year round. A family store that takes pride in finding the right fit for you. Visit them at 7430 99th Street. That's 7430 99th Street or online at www.totemoutfitters.ca. Nielsen Show, as always, brought to you by Southfort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at Southfort Chevrolet. They are the winners of the 2024 GM President's Club Award. Not bad. Pretty impressive, actually. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio, where Popeyes was the meal of choice last night for the EST monthly/bi-monthly staff meeting, and really nothing left. I mean, I actually did a pretty good job ordering, I thought. Like, just usually when you order something from a meeting, you know, there's lots of leftovers and stuff.
Yeah.
I got 11 mini chicken sandwiches, 16 pieces of chicken, and 3 large fries.
I took the pickle out.
And I also took the pickle out. I mean, I'm a pickle out
but you
guy.
get the flavor of the pickle. So
there's a little bit of that pickle juice still lingering in the chicken.
That's all you need.
Which is okay.
Yeah. I had a thigh and a wing there, too. It was great.
Oh, so you had 2 pieces of chicken.
2-piece sandwich.
Even though we only had 16 for 11 guys.
But I only took like 2 or 3 fries.
How about Glue Guy reserving his seat for the meeting?
That was a play. Points up or points down for that? Did you score one?
I did actually have him marked as a -1 on that, but I didn't want to speak. I didn't want to spend an extra 20 minutes of the meeting arguing about, I get it, you're on the air, but to like, there was a note on the chair. Now, Maddie said he did it for him. Like, Glue Guy requested through Maddie, can you put a note on this chair that says reserved for me?
Follow the money.
And I don't know where I come out on that. Reserving a chair for a meeting? What say you? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Trev, where do you come out on that? The reserving of a chair for a meeting, you know?
I think it's fair. Like, he
You
was
think
on
so?
air. He was on air.
Oh, then if you're on air, you're one of the last guys who rolls in. You can't take whatever chair's there, right?
And
Like,
there's that. I see both sides.
I just think it opens up, like, at what point? So let's say next meeting, do I put a chair out there at 2 PM and put a note on it and say, reserved for Dustin?
I guess it doesn't really matter. Like, what you're gonna get involved.
We're sitting in a chair for
regardless.
an hour. Most of the chairs is like,
so maybe he shouldn't have done it. Probably a bad look for Glue Guy.
weird for Glue Guy to do that, right? A rare L for Glue Guy.
Reed got the couch seat, though. I don't know how he was on the air, too.
Reed rolled out and sat on the couch right next to me.
I mean,
Didn't reserve anything. Yeah, well, controversies around the building, eh?
Yeah.
On a game day, too, if you can believe it. Oilers and Golden Knights. All right. Let's get to our hockey insider today. He's been waiting. He's probably just shaking his head. It's Craig Button for Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialist. Gear up for game day. Oilers jerseys, headwear, hoodies, and hats from Fanatics, New Era, 47, Mitchell & Ness, all in stock now. If you got to get geared up for game day, you do it at Pro-Am. As simple as that. Located at Edmonton in the corner of Sandalwood Trail and 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. Let's find out here what Craig Button thinks about the reserving of a chair at a staff meeting. Craig, where do you come out on this?
Oh, I'm all with Glue Guy.
Yeah?
Listen, are you kidding me? You don't have a favorite chair? Like, you go into meetings, a lot of those chairs are garbage. And now you got to listen to people drone on about and then you're going to be uncomfortable in a chair? Like, seriously, how long was your meeting? I bet you it was at least 35 minutes too long.
It was like 65 minutes. It was just over an hour.
Yeah, so it's too long, right? So now you're going to be in an uncomfortable chair. When I go to TSN, we sit in a room watching the games, and there's a band of TVs, and I have a certain chair I like. And if I go in there, it happens during the NFL season. So they're like, I got to share the room with the NFL, like the group, right? And I go in there, and I see somebody in my chair. I'm not happy. Like, seriously. So now I have to go a little bit earlier.
Are you going to start putting a note on there now? Are you going to start putting a note on?
I don't put a note on. I just go earlier. I make sure I get. Or I pull this. I do pull this one. I go in early, pull the chair, put it in another room, and then wheel it in there.
hell of a play.
I do like the idea of everybody sitting in the meeting and you're rolling late and you go in a side room and pull out. You're like, damn it, Craig's got the good chair. What a move.
Yeah.
What a move. That's good. Hey, by the way, excellent Expos hat. I have like pretty much the same one. Terrific Expos
Yeah, well,
hat. Yeah.
I got it from Jack. Jack at Pro-Am Sports. Jack and I are Expos fans. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's a good-looking lid. I love it. That's terrific. All right, so the Oilers roll into a road trip tonight, first of 4. They get the Kings on Saturday, Sharks on Thursday, and then Anaheim to wrap the trip. But tonight it's against Vegas. Vegas kind of running away with the division here a little bit. We saw Draisaitl sort of carry them to a victory against Calgary. Something similar have to happen tonight, Craig? Do you think? Like, does Leon have to put this entire thing on his back tonight to beat the Golden Knights, or the Oilers have another recipe for success?
Well, I mean, that's what Leon does. Like, he's unbelievable. I mean, that game on Saturday versus the Flames, it's I don't want to say a simple play, but it's a play, and all of a sudden, 50th goal, it's 2-2. And then you get to overtime. There's some chances both ways. And then Leon just says, okay. Leon just decided, it's like me with the chair. No, that's my game. I'm winning the game right now. And like, it's over. Honestly, he's been special this year. I mean,
it's the best he's ever looked, right? Don't you think? Like, I think this is the best he's ever looked.
Yeah, well, yeah, and this is somebody that's he's won an MVP. He's won a Hart Trophy, right?
Yeah.
4-time 50-goal scorer. It's not amazing to me. I mean, he's a great player. He's a difference maker. And I've said this often over the course of this year. It's not like he's had a lot of help on the flanks this year.
Yeah, very little. Very little, actually, right?
Very, very little. So Hurdle's out, and you talked about the Vegas Golden Knights. kind of run away with the division. So they announced Hurdle won't play the next 4 games. When you have that much of a lead, you can rest guys, make sure guys fix up their injuries, their little ailments. But that's what Leon does. I mean, Leon's a dominant player. When you think about the Oilers and 97 and 29, yeah, you can look at the team and you can look at different areas of their team and go, it's not that strong, or it's not as strong as last year. I find myself in this dilemma. But those 2 guys literally can carry you to victory. You have to factor their ability to do that. And outside of McKinnon and McCarr, no other team has that.
Given what we've just been discussing here, Craig, and 29's back, 97 still absent from this group, along with a few other players, Ekholm, Skinner, and such. Fair expectations for this road trip. Tonight, Vegas, Thursday, San Jose. I mean, maybe are you looking at that one Saturday afternoon? The Kings are so good at home, and that's going to be the opening round matchup. Like, how would you go about in charting this trip and set your expectations for it from an Oilers point of view?
Yeah, I think that if I'm Chris, I want to see what I have. We know what they don't have in the lineup. I mean, Ekholm and Darnell, you're going to have to do some heavy lifting, like in the playoffs. Period. Whether with Ekholm there or not. The Adam Henrique and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Like it's hard hockey. So I think you prepare your team with the understanding that we want. I would call this an investigative road trip. I want to investigate what I have. 2 really good teams in Vegas and LA. If you want to get to the conference final, that's ostensibly who you're going to have to go through. So this now becomes, research mode. And for the players too, this is, everybody goes, oh yeah, you played LA last year. Well, you did, but Quentin Byfield's a better player. Fogel's down there. There's a different group down there now. And it's the same thing with Vegas. So I think this is a really great opportunity for the Edmonton Oilers. And we saw on Saturday night, they can stay in the game. They know how to stay in the game. They're not wild and loose and in terms of their play, because Chris is such a good coach. But I think this is a real good opportunity. What do we have here? Let's see, because we know what the playoffs are going to look like. And the playoffs are going to look a lot like tonight in Vegas and Saturday in LA.
Craig Button with us on the show this morning, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Craig, just looking at Vegas here tonight, and obviously the Hart Trophy is kind of being billed as a 2-man race right now between Draisaitl and Hellebuck, and Kucherov's having a great year. Maybe we'll get to him in a second. McKinnon's having a great year. But Jack Eichel's a very interesting one here because he's having a career year already. He's set a career high in points. He's got 93 points. Next closest on the team is Mark Stone with 66. So he has 27 more points than anybody else on the team. He's plus 35 on the year. Like he's having, I don't even know I'm going to put him in the mix with those top 2 guys, but he's having a Hart Trophy type of season. Like he's been kind of everything to Vegas so far this year.
He has, and keep in mind, Stone was out for a period of time. They've had some injuries, with their group. Quinn Hughes in Vancouver, who's so far ahead in the scoring, where would they be? I mean, they're in the hunt. Where would they be without him? I've begun my awards research. I have Eichel right now as it's amazing. He's having this season, and he's not even going to be on the first or second All-Star team because Draisaitl and McKinnon have that wrapped up. But, I have him in the Selke awards. I have him in the Lady Bing awards. And it speaks to a great season by Jack Eichel. And he's an all-rounder. He's not just putting up the points, the plus 35, but he's been an outstanding 2-way player for the Vegas Golden Knights and in the league amongst the very best.
Yeah, I didn't realize how good of season he was having for Vegas, but he is firing on all cylinders right now. So excited to see him play against Leon Draisaitl tonight in the clash of 2 of the best centers in the National Hockey League. We have so much Hart Trophy debate around here, and Kucherov's name never really comes up, but 109 points so far. He's having a great year as well. Vasilevsky's right behind Hellebuck in a lot of those categories as well. What do you think out east the conversation is come playoff time about the Tampa Bay Lightning? Because we know there'll be a ton of focus on Toronto, and we know Florida's Florida. But Tampa, I thought, made some great additions at the deadline, and they almost seem like they're locked and loaded to maybe take another run at it here.
I agree with you, Dustin. I say fear the lightning. Vasilevsky has quietly found that level of play
Yes.
where he was the best goalie, and he just steadily right there. Kucherov, as you mentioned, Hagel has 80 points. Brandon Hagel has 80 points. We just talked about Jack Eichel. What a great season Brandon Hagel has. Hedman back to that elite level of defender. And you mentioned the additions they made, getting Gord back, getting Oliver Bjorkstrand. They needed some backup for their top end. I think this team is capable of being in the conference final versus the Washington Capitals. Because I don't see Washington really having any what I would call significant obstacle in front of them in the first round or the winner of Carolina Jersey.
Yeah, it looks like there's a pretty good path to the conference final there for the Washington Capitals with the way that they played so far this year. And then whoever survives the other side could be a very, very good final in the East. You mentioned Washington there. They did sign Ryan Leonard yesterday, who coming out of Boston College after the college season ending, 49 points in 37 games, 8th overall pick in the 2023 draft. How does he factor in here moving forward, do you think?
Well, I think he factors right into their team.
You slot him right in, right? He can play top 9 probably right now.
Oh, no question he can. Here's the nice thing for Ryan Leonard. He can just settle in and play. I mean, their top 6 are outstanding. He's got insulation with Tommy Wilson. Tommy can do the heavy lifting. But Ryan Leonard's a big-time player, and he's a big-time competitor. And he doesn't take a back seat to anybody. He plays on his toes. He doesn't play on his back foot. He plays on his front foot, and he goes after it. He's got skill and he's got competitive fire, and he's in the mix. It's really interesting when you think about the Washington Capitals, because they're a good team. And so they signed Ryan Leonard. Alexei Protas finished second in league scoring in Ontario Hockey. He's just a 6'5" guy. They got Cole Hudson, who, by the way, broke all Lane Hudson's records coming up. He helped BU get to the Final Four. You have so many good players in their system. Andrew Crystal with Spokane. I mean, this Washington Capitals team is built to be a wagon for a lot of years here now coming up.
Oh, it's nice to be able to add one of the top prospects in the entire game to a team that's a Stanley Cup contender, right? It's just It's a very unique spot to be in, and good for the Washington Capitals to pull that off. All right, Craig, as always, man, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot for the time, and enjoy the rest of your week.
You know what I would suggest?
Okay.
Get one of those personalized nameplates.
Yeah.
That you can with a backing that has glue on it, and you just put it right on the seat.
Right on the seat.
Here on the seat.
We could all
right
have
across
it
there.
yeah.
Just
You
Put
can't
it
even
right there.
remove it. It's locked in forever. We'll stitch that thing into a chair. That'll work too. Good stuff, Craig. Thanks a lot, man. There you go. That's
See ya.
Craig Button wearing that Expos hat.
Looks great.
From Pro-Am. That's terrific. You got to love it. That's a great looking lid. Great looking lid. The Expos are never coming back, but my God, that logo.
That multicolored lid.
It's
that's
so good.
That hits different.
The red and the white.
Pro-Am
and the
Sports.
blue. Get it all. Pro-Am Sports. Check them out. proamsports.ca. So yeah, the Washington Capitals signing Ryan Leonard, fresh off of the college hockey playoffs, and 2 really good years at Boston College. 60 points last year in 41 games, and then this year 49 points in 37 games. So that's a guy that could very much factor into things here come playoff time for the Washington Capitals. Nice little addition there. 780-218-9999. The Oilers also did sign a college free agent yesterday. The other guys are obviously top 10 picks. The Rangers signed Gabe Perreault, also from Boston College. Capitals got Ryan Leonard. Those are the 2 big boys from BC moving on. And then the Oilers signed Damian Carfagna, who's a 22-year-old defenseman out of Ohio State.
Left shot.
Not at the same level as the Perreaults and Leonards, but this guy didn't cost him a pick. Went out and got him. Average size-ish left shot D-man.
Buckeye Nation, where are you?
They restocked the prospect cupboards a little bit. If any of you hardcore Ohio State Buckeyes hockey fans are listening or watching today. Let us know how he looks. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. All right, some good text messages coming in on this whole meeting, share reserving conversation. CB36 texts in and says, our guys place their coffee and meeting notes for the chair they want during sales meetings. Yeah, but how early are they? Like, how early are they popping in? Like,
the thing with this is that we're all around. They're doing the show up until right. So this is the difference. That's why Jay.
Yeah.
But I think we've decided a lot of things in this office, and that's by a draft.
yeah,
And perhaps like a few days out, we do a chair draft,
seating draft.
or seating, where positioning, whatever
We just
you want to
lay
do.
out the seating chart of the draft where the chairs
We
go.
have a lottery.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We should have taken a picture of the arrangement from last night. And then Chris Perper says, like a wedding assignment seating next meeting. Change it every meeting. Just kind of move things around. It's not even, it's not even like I was like, oh no, Jay got that chair. Like, I don't even care about the chairs. It's just the idea and concept of pre-booking meeting chairs. I just don't know should fly. That chair might have still been sitting there for him when he comes out of work, when he comes off the show. Like we said, Reed got a leather couch seat with no reservation.
He could have reclined.
And there was actually, the middle part was down in between us. So there still could have been another couch seat for somebody.
Did Jay want the chair? Like, the positioning didn't seem too good. He was in the middle there. He was next to Zach.
780, right by the food. People were walking by him to get to the food.
It's a little annoying.
Yeah.
I can't breathe.
Anyway, that happened yesterday at the meeting. Glue guy with a note on the chair had reserved a chair for an 11-person meeting.
Got Iwanic to reserve.
Yeah, he got
Don't let him off the hook here.
I'm surprised Iwanic let that slide.
Well, yeah.
Like, what's
Again, follow the money. I'm sure there was an exchange of cash somewhere down the line.
Bone says a good meeting organizer would have assigned seats. Man, I hope Maddie was bribed by Glue Guy to put the thing there, because
I really like
that
that.
explains it.
Yeah,
I kind of
Dirty money.
understand that. 780-218-9999. Let us know your thoughts on seating arrangements at business meetings. All right, we're going to get to our Cool Bet segment coming up right away. We do have weekly confessions. That's on the way. Fired up for Gemco Fireplaces. We're going to go there as well. But this season Trev, have you seen what Jack Eichel is doing this year? Like, I mean, if McDavid and Hellebuck weren't so sort of far and away the two guys, it could be a real good 5-man race here with Kucherov and Eichel also being involved. Because Eichel is, I mean, there's nobody else even remotely close to him offensively in Vegas. He's taken 6 penalty minutes all year. You heard Button say he's putting him in the mix for the Lady Bing. He's plus 35. He's playing 20 minutes a night. Trev, I'm excited to see him and Leon go head to head tonight. This is the main event tonight. This is going to be great.
It'll certainly be a good one. And this is a player that the Vegas Golden Knights hoped they had traded for.
Yep.
And it took him a while, and it does for some players. You saw his best year in Buffalo is 82 points, just looking at it now. But last year he had 68 points, right?
Only played 63 games.
It's worth noting that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's just over a point per game. He's going to break 100 points, and I think he was a 100-point player. So yeah, he's an unbelievable talent in the league today. He's complete. He's got a great shot, heavy shot, wrist shot, slap shot, everything. Like, you name it, and he can skate like the wind out there as well. So very complete player. And the Vegas Golden Knights are very
Look at the
very
depth.
fortunate to have a player like him.
Look at the run support he gets too, though, from that forward group. I mean, not even needing to necessarily carry the team and doing what he's doing.
Well, I mean, there's some guys with like 40-some points, but
Up and
it's
down the
not
line.
like he
No.
has a running mate that's gotten 85 points.
No,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's what I kind of find. Now, with that being said, Stone has missed, whatever it is, 10, 13 games. But still, I mean, Eichel has been Mr. Everything
Very
for
underrated
this
season.
team so far, yeah.
Like, no one, even I was looking, I'm like, damn, like he has 90 points. He's going to crack 100. Like, that's crazy. No one's really talking about him. It's definitely because of McKinnon, Draisaitl, that kind of thing. But unbelievable talent.
The Golden Knights have 10 forwards with at least 11 goals or more.
But
What's that Oilers number? So they've got 10 forwards with 11 goals or more.
That's what I'm saying when you're talking about like the value and everything. Like certainly he's a big part of this team, but you take him off and look at what you've still got. Are the Jets where they are without Hellebuck? Are the Oilers where they are without Draisaitl? You know, that type of
But Vegas
argument.
isn't the top team in the division without Eichel, though.
I get that, but how far off is that drop then?
I would
Given
if
the-
Vegas doesn't have Eichel on their team this year, they're below the Kings and Oilers. I think.
I think that's fair.
I mean, the guy's going to have a 100-point season. Nobody else on teams have more than 70. I mean, he's. The Oilers have. So Henrique has 10. So I'll give it to him. So let's just say double digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they have 8 guys double digits in goals. Vegas is at 11. Connor Brown's close. He's got 8. See if he can kind of pull up his socks down the stretch a little bit.
That's a huge season for Connor Brown.
Big game tonight, though. And we'll continue to set up as we work our way throughout the day. Jack Eichel, I did want to go back to this because we talked about, Vegas getting him. Do we remember the Jack Eichel trade when they brought him in?
Peyton Krebs.
Yeah.
Peyton Krebs, Alex Tuck.
Yeah.
First and a second.
That's right, Trev. Good work. Peyton Krebs. Peyton Krebs has never topped 26 points. That's a tough one.
That's tough.
Alex Tuck is obviously a hell of a player. And then a first and a second. The first became Noah Ostland, who is below a point per game, 21 years old in the American League right now. Still time there. But a nice trade. A nice trade for Vegas.
You're never going to win those.
Franchise center.
Boy, did the Sabres really.
That's the thing. Like, you're never going to win when you give up a franchise center. It's just.
How stupid is that? It was so funny. It was like 10 years ago. It was the draft lottery of Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and I'm just seeing all these Buffalo Sabres fans or Buffalo reporters asking, are you excited? Is this is going to be awesome? Oh, we can't wait. It's been really tough going here, the last few years. And whether it's McDavid or Eichel, they're going to help us come to the playoffs in a matter of no time. And I'm like, that was 10 years ago. So that's tough.
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. We've blown past 150. We're trying to make our push to 200 here as soon as we possibly can on a game day as the Oilers get set to kick off a 4-game road trip against the Golden Knights. We got weekly confessions on the way next. What do you need to confess? 780-218-9999.
Got a big one.
Oh, no! Oh, I'm dead.
No, this one's tough.
I'm dead. What?
This one's tough.
Oh boy.
And it happens to be April Fool's. I wish
But
it was
it's not an April Fool's.
I wish it was a joke.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. All right. But big time confession coming up. If you have a confession, what do you need to get off your chest? Safe place here. We're a safe place. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. And if you're watching on YouTube, sub to the channel if you haven't already. We're very close to 11.5K on the sub meter, and hammer the thumbs up for us as well. Let's get to a sports update right now with Lieutenant Eric.
Oilers in Vegas to open a 4-game road trip tonight. We'll get you set here on EST. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas with the GCL Diesel pregame show starting at 7. They'll also be back following tonight's action with the GCL Diesel postgame show. Elsewhere tonight, the Kings are at home to the Jets. The Flames visit Utah. Detroit are in St. Louis. The Habs host the Panthers, while Ovi Watch continues when the Capitals visit the Bruins. Action from last night saw the Devils defeat the Wild 3-2 in a shootout. Flyers 2-1 over the Preds. Flames rallying to top Colorado 3-2 in a shootout. And the Stars over the Kraken 6-1. Oil Kings return home for Game 3 of their opening round series. The PA Raiders tied at game.
If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that...
Andres Jimenez, his third homer of the season, as the Jays take the opener of a 3-game set with the Nats 5-2. That series will continue later this evening. First pitch, 5:07. Over to the NBA, 7 games dot tonight's schedule. Last night, the Celtics improving to 32-7 on the road as they defeat the Grizzlies 117-103. SGA 27 points. OKC routing the Bulls 145-117. And the Lakers holding off the Rockets 104-98. And Canada's Brad Jacobs suffering his first defeat at the Men's World 6-5 to Scotland yesterday. Canada will play twice today, later this morning at 9 against Sweden and in the evening draw against Italy. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where every day is April Fool's down at Park Mazda.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
It's the Halud Crew. It's the Halud Crew.
Halud.
It's the Halud Crew.
I'm your huckleberry.
It's the Halud Crew. It's the Halud Crew. Halud, 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 Halud. It's the Halud Crew. It's the Halud Crew.
I'm your huckleberry.
It's the Halud Crew. It's the Halud Crew. It's the Halud Crew. It's the Halud Crew. Halud, 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 Halud. It's the Halud Crew.
7:31 on the Nielson show. It's the Halud Crew, which is Normology, Grumpy Cat, and Brelando. Officially the Halud Crew rolling in, making their Halud Crew debut at the EST Funspiel, dressed as the boys from Tombstone on a Tombstone Tuesday.
Still can't get over Gabagoya being dropped in that song as well from the league, eh? With that fast food place, remember that?
Ah, yes. Yeah. That's the course mix, though. This is that's not the original song, but yeah, I know the extended version, yeah. All right, the Nielsen show is brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot at South Fort Chev. They're really good. They win awards. So why would you not want to buy something from an award winner? 2024 GM President's Club Award at South Fort Chevrolet. Text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox, and one of your texts will win text of the day today for A and W. Send in your confessions, 780-218-9999. DJ Petron says, guys, I confess that I tried to follow the lock shop and bet Minwoo Lee, but instead I bet Siwoo Kim. Classic mix-up. Who hasn't at some point in their life went to bet on Minwoo Lee and accidentally bet on Siwoo Kim? I mean, it's going to happen. That's going to happen. Confessions, as always, brought to you by the fine folks after at Spectrum Rental, where they confess to having just blocked somebody for correcting their grammar. And it feeled great. Get all of your spring cleanup equipment at Spectrum Rental and have your yard be the envy of the neighborhood. I don't know why I find that liner so hilarious, but I think that's one of the funniest things I've seen all day. I don't know. I don't know if I'm in a mood for like a good laugh like that, but where they confess to having just blocked somebody for correcting their grammar, and it feeled great. Oh, I find that to be really funny. All right. Trev, let's get it, buddy. Get it out there. What's your guess? Text your confessions. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Who said Petey's got to go?
Yeah, you.
You guys don't want to go?
Yeah, of course you do. You go first. You said you got a banger here, buddy.
Yeah, this might take a while. Yeah, so this is, I know it's April Fool's, but this is no joke. I guess the landlord's getting sick and tired of my bubble baths because YouTube Trev is on the move again.
What?
On the move again.
I can't wait to see where he lives next time.
Trev is
What?
on
I'm
the
letting
move
this one
again.
breathe. It is April.
This is an April
what's the
Fool's.
rub here? What's
You're
the
April
rub?
Foolsing us.
Yeah, no, it was a tough week.
What?
It was a tough day. I was actually pretty pissed. Sorry.
So he's kicking you out?
He said, enough with the bubble baths. No, that's not why he said. They're just deciding on selling the property. So they gave me a month. I have to be out 29 days.
So you're looking for a new place for May 1.
Oh, I'm looking. I've been looking. It's been...
You know, look for another place just off White?
Yeah, so I'll probably
of them.
have to look for a place. Well, I mean, I don't probably have to. I do have to. So I'll be, I'll probably be staying at LT's for maybe 2 weeks. That's probably how it'll be.
Look, man, I have lots of mattresses.
Perfect.
Lots of room.
So do I. So that's great. I'll have few mattresses lined up, and then I'll be staying at Dusty's for the next 2 weeks.
Actually, I have no mattresses.
Okay, well,
yeah.
don't worry.
I have to stay at Eric's for an extra 2 weeks.
Okay, so I'll take Dusty's.
You
2
know what?
weeks.
Between the 10 other guys here,
I'm sure I could stay at Glue Guys for a month.
Oh, we'd have a lot of fun.
guy would probably let you live there.
I'll probably stay at
You can't
Zach's.
sit on that chair he has at home.
I have a
It's
stand-up
reserved.
shower as well, no bathtub. Like, it's just, you
That's
can't-
okay.
Yeah.
I'll stay at Zach's for a day.
That'd be fun.
Tommy's for probably 3 days.
Yeah.
Maddie I probably could get a week out of Maddie.
Yeah, it depends if he's got any people captured in his other room at the time. Like,
Yeah, but that's my confession.
damn, buddy, that sucks. This is a real confession.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it does suck. I loved it. Just when things were going all right.
So you're on the market now. You're in the market for a new place.
Yeah,
you know
it
what,
only
Trev?
took
You could
me
end up with
over
a
a
better
year.
place. You could.
Well,
You know,
We
nah.
didn't even get the welcoming rager that.
I know.
Right?
Yeah, we didn't even get to come over for a
see that.
party.
This place was heaven. I loved it.
You love this place. Oh,
Everything
that
about
sucks
it.
even more,
The-
man.
And see, and that's the thing. I spent, Macromelons, it's taken over a year to find a place. That's ridiculous. I was very patient, okay? And I could have went into any place that I wanted, but no, I wanted to look at all my options, and I did. I had to, utilities had to be included. It had to be in my price range. I wanted 2 beds. I wanted, obviously, a bathtub.
You want to have guests over.
Obviously, you wanted a bathtub. That's a
got
big
the
one.
damn best bathtub in all of Edmonton.
Oh, no.
Now it's gone just like that.
Adam over in the chat says, just a quick point, YTT, but double check the law. The law, Randy. The law.
I did.
Did you? Okay.
I
So,
already
what? Did you look at your...
Well, according to this and this, and then
3
they
months, isn't
bounced
it?
back, and they were like, well, because your lease was a fixed lease or something like that, it actually doesn't qualify. So we
I
don't
think they're
have
trying to scam you, my man.
Yeah, so it's stupid. They're like, well, but if you'd like to sign with us again, I'm like,
what? What do you mean sign with you where again?
Like
What are you
at
talking
another
about?
listing. I'm like, yeah, right. I'll take my talents elsewhere.
Somebody suggesting a TEEF if he's got any space. That'd be a good way to mend fences and build bridges.
Come again. No.
That would be 2 buddies. Just
Wouldn't that be great?
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep. So
You should move in with Zach, and we can stream the apartment.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Hey, wouldn't that be
Sure,
something?
that'll be awesome.
Zach and his
It would
family.
be nice.
Zach, oh man, Trev, I feel bad for you, buddy.
Yeah, it's
Well, let's find Trev a place. Everybody start browsing
So
around.
that's
with him,
kind of
yeah.
what I want to say. Nasties, if you know a guy who knows a guy, or if you happen to see something,
Yes.
get at me.
This guy wants a bathtub. What do you need? A bathtub and a bed.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Nothing too crazy. And that's the thing. Now I can't really, like, there's options. I've already looked at a few places. It's nothing in comparison, not even close, but there are options. It's just I don't have the luxury of,
Okay, but you see, my buddy Tanel, you guys know Tanel.
Mm-hmm.
He texts me, and he's a realtor down in Lethbridge. He goes, no, they need to give Trev 90 days notice, regardless of your deal on your lease.
Well, okay, well, maybe I'll bounce back.
They might just be trying to power trip you right now, buddy. Like, they might have a deal in place to, like, sell it or something.
You should get Jake Potato.
Yeah, where's Jake Potato? He just graduated law school.
Sue their ass.
Potato Jake. Get at me.
It does seem weird, because when did they give you this heads up? Did they give it to you like a couple months ago? Like
a week ago?
A week ago, and said you have to be out by the end of April?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem, I don't, yeah, that seems sketchy to me, man.
Does seem sketchy, and it sucks.
Well, you talk to them.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Tell them if they don't give you the proper 3 months, we'll take their name and sewer them on the show.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'm sorry.
You tell them I'm coming.
Yeah.
And hell's coming with me, you hear?
Hell's coming with
That
me.
is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
Them as they try to pull Trev out of his bathtub. This is Trev. No. The water?
Oh, with a gun.
Trev being removed from his bathtub. No.
That's great.
I mean, we laugh about it, but that does seem very slumlordy.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean,
makes Bunting blush.
Yeah, that's my confession, boys.
Man, that sucks. So I have to get to the bottom of this legal ramification on this.
Yeah.
But there's such a thing as like tenant's rights or something, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Well, we got Tanel. VR wants to ask Bunting as well. Maybe we have an army here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like you're not alone in this fight.
Thank you. Thanks, Nasties.
God.
Appreciate it.
There's a court we can go to.
That's okay.
That's one hell of a confession, buddy.
Yep. It's okay. It's funny.
Somebody's saying we should put a bid in to buy the house.
Yeah, or put a bed here and he can sleep over underneath Gager's sort of desk.
Just like
I lived in a radio station once for over a month. And you could do it.
I mean, I spent several nights here last summer.
Yeah.
It's a good time though for
Might
like
have to
spring.
again.
Spring's not the fall sucks because everybody's moving.
I just unpacked my final box too. It was annoying.
Damn, man. This breaks my heart.
It's okay.
You know what? For $75 a month, you can sleep on Maddie's office couch.
Oh,
it's not bad.
That isn't
There
bad.
you go. I'm sure Maddie will like that. Unless Glue Guy's already reserved it.
Oh, damn it, Blue Guy.
All right, what's your confession this week?
You weren't here last Tuesday. I confess that I'm off the shots.
Off what shots? You're not
Shots.
doing shots anymore?
Shots of liquor, yeah.
Yeah, but on Thursday you did shots.
Oh, so that's his confession.
Oh, that's your confession. You're back on the shots.
I'm a
Okay.
bad boy, but I'm off now.
I like
No more. Look,
respect it.
Tony and Curtis, great hosts, and you don't say no. I didn't buy them. I didn't order them. I didn't say hello. One shot, please, for myself.
So you're off ordering shots, but you still do shots.
Sure. If somebody twists my rubber arm.
Okay. That's funny. I'm off shots. I'm like, wait a second. You came in Friday morning like
Black
way too many
Sambuca.
shots
Yeah,
last night.
yeah.
Black Sambuca.
And that's why.
God, that's awful. My confession is that I'm getting into the real estate industry, and I've just bought a condo, and I'm forcing the current owners to push everybody out that's currently living in there. So. Sorry, Trev. This is just a major coincidence. Totally must be some other place.
Yeah.
No, that's not. My confession is, and I got in this situation twice over the last week, but my confession is I can't say no to kids who are selling stuff at the front of a grocery store.
Oh, front of a grocery store.
Yeah. Like they come to the door.
The Girl Guides have been making their rounds.
Yeah, no,
recently.
I don't open the door. Like there's a well-known rule in our house. I don't open the door. Like I could be standing right next to the front door and the doorbell could ring and I would run and hide downstairs.
Such a rush.
And Tammy could be upstairs in the shower and she'd be forced to like run down and get the door. I don't get the door. I do not open the door for anybody. It's my house. I don't want to talk to you if you're just sort of dropping in and knocking on the door and trying to sell something. Sorry, I'm out. But I can't walk past people if they ask me.
No.
I will always say yes. Like, so 2 weeks ago, or not even last week, I was at the grocery store. Walked by them on the way in. They didn't say anything. And on the way out, they're like, would you like to buy some almonds, chocolate almonds? You know, the classic grocery store chocolate almond that they sell in front of. Would you like to buy some chocolate almonds for our soccer team? And I was like, yes. So I buy some chocolate almonds to the soccer team. Then I was back in the same grocery store a couple days ago and they had something else and I was eyeing it up. I was like, damn it, man, I don't want that. Like, but I can't say no. So I hesitated.
Sir, we have these shrimp rings. They're for charity here. Oh, I'll take two.
I hesitated at the till until another guy walked by me, like from a different till. And then I got in behind him and I was like, they're going to ask him for it. And when they ask him, if another kid doesn't sneak around and ask me, I'm sneaking out.
You sly dog.
So but this guy, I was listening in on what he said. And I tell you, it was the funniest answer. So I'm walking behind this guy and the girl there, I don't even know what they were selling. Like I tried not to make eye contact because I'm like, they're going to get me. I'm going to come home with 9 boxes of something we don't need. So I'm walking up and she asks him and I glance off to the right. And he goes like this. He like looks at the table and he's got a kid in a car and he goes, and then he just goes, I have somewhere else to be. And he took off. And I was like, come on, man. Like, you urgently have somewhere you need to be like right now. He was just like, I have somewhere else to be. I was like, come on, you got to just be like, no, thank you. Not today. But I have somewhere else to be. Meanwhile, I'm huffing it out the door because I can't. I never say no. I'm like, yep, okay, I'm in.
It's probably good you don't answer the door at your house.
I buy everything. We have solar power.
You're voting for everybody.
Our driveway would be redone, so there's no cracks in it anymore.
Cookies just everywhere.
It's just
of Girl Guide cookies.
I cannot do it. Like I just get sucked in every single time. We got to get to this text from Petey. This might be one of the most ridiculous confessions we've ever had. And I know you're like, Dusty, you're probably exaggerating a little bit, but I am not exaggerating there's tons of texts on poor Trev's situation here. Okay, here we go. Petey texts in today and says, I don't know if I'm too late for confessions, but when I was a young lad, I put on all my pairs of tighty whities and intentionally pissed myself to see how many layers it would go through.
Now I wonder how many.
Like, that's one of the most. Sorry, that's one of the most ridiculous confessions I've ever seen. That is right up there with Trev's punching himself in the nose. See how many times it takes to bleed. Trev, you never did this. Put on all your underwear and try to piss through them, right? Like, because you're looking over there like with a face of satisfaction, just like my man. Like,
yeah, that's a good one. I wish I thought of that.
God,
that's funny.
That is just too funny,
it makes
man.
sense though. Like the kid's mind, like they wander, right? That's totally valid.
Trev justified pissy pants Petey here. Like,
well, it's true. We need to get to the bottom of this. How many layers?
He says no exact count.
Oh, I'm
sure I had 15 pairs on and it didn't go through.
Now, Petey
probably went.
Petey, you got to let us know, how old were you, man? Like, were you Marshall's age? Were you 10?
17.
Were you like a little 6-year-old?
Probably 8.
Were you like before you go out to the bar when you're 18? Like, guys,
higher. I wanted to be old.
What are you guessing? 8 on the age?
Yeah.
I mean, 8 seems kind of reasonable.
I don't want this to be reasonable.
Adam from Lloyd says that has to be Trev's burner account.
Damn it, that's a good one. I wish I had that.
Had what?
That confession. That's a good one.
I know. I do see a world where next week you come in and you're like, guys, here's my confession. I tried the Petey thing and I put on all of my underwear and I tried to piss through. I got to know how old Petey was. Petey, let us know how old you were, man. We're already in the safe zone here.
Yep.
780-218-9999. Burglar says the tighty whitey text is what confessions are made for.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, more of those.
We usually don't do confessions for text of the day, but it might get it.
He says between 6 and 8.
Okay. It's kind of wheelhouse that we sort of
I wish it was older. Damn, I wish it was.
Tell me that's not maybe.
You're going to be late for your driver's test. Just a sec.
Like, that is one of the most entertaining texts in the history of Edmonton sports radio. Like, that is, I honestly believe that. Like,
so is he going to AW? Are we?
Well, I mean, it could be a text of the day type of thing.
Text of the
year. But
year?
it's not going to be a text of the year. Like, I don't think we can have a confession be a text of the year. But that's I'll say this, one of the most memorable texts in the history of Edmonton sports radio. Like, can you believe this guy?
Won't forget that one.
God.
I think I'd.
Pissy Pete.
Are we making the change?
Pissy Petey. Pissy Pants Petey.
Consider it done.
Or Petey the Pants Pisser. I don't know. Like,
I like Petey.
That is just, that is too good. X-Ray Jay's over there and says, trust the science. This is the guy who pisses
the
pants
expert,
at the Nasty Bash. So we are firing on all cylinders this morning, everybody. Like, this is too good. This is too good to be true. Like, oh my goodness. All right. Let's get into the Cool Bet hotline. We haven't done that yet. We got to build an EST parlay for tonight. And then we'll get to Fired Up for Gemco Fireplaces. That confession is, that's just an all-timer stuff. All-timer. All right, the Oilers tonight on the road against the Golden Knights. I think we can build a little parlay here that does not require a win tonight. Just to play it safe. Big slate in the NHL tonight, including the Jets and the Kings.
Yeah, baby.
Whew, we'll set that up on the Lock Shop today as well. The Oilers are plus 133 dogs on the road tonight. Let's see. All the player point props are already up. Leon Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Kind of got to do it. It's plus 134. So we'll go Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Bouchard point is minus 128. This is already going to be a pretty good number. So we go Draisaitl over 1.5 plus 134. Bouchard minus 128 on a point. Who else gets a point tonight? The only other legitimate options here are Hyman or Nuge. Like, there's not. Like, if you look at the points tonight, Draisaitl's minus 420. Then you get Eichel minus 296. Then you get Stone minus 193. Then it's Bouchard, Hyman, Nuge. Then it's Dorofeev. It's Theodore. It's Carlson. It's Barbashev. It's Hanifin. Then getting you all the way down to Arvidsson. You know what? Let's just Trev, Hyman or Nuge for a point tonight?
I'm going to go Hyman.
Hyman, kid. There we go. Hyman and Bouchard with points. Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Jakey boy, there you go. I think Jake's watching right now. Jake, that'll be our EST parlay for tonight. If you want to ride with us, it'll be available as quickly as possible here over on the exclusives page at coolbet.com. And if you've not yet signed up for an account at Coolbet, please use the code LOCKSHOP when you do, and you'll get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to $200. Use the code LOCKSHOP when you sign up. This one will be available in the exclusives, and it should be a pretty good number, even without the Oilers pulling off the betting upset tonight as plus 133 dogs. Draisaitl over 1.5 points, plus 134. Bouchard point minus 128. Hyman minus 123. Oh, Petey.
Call him by his full name, Petey the Pants Pisser.
Petey the Pants Pisser. Oh, Petey the Pants Pisser is in. This one from Lingus. You see Lingus's follow-up to this? Guys, we were day drunk once and decided to buy Depends to see if they really worked. We put them on and stood in the bathtub, and my friend and I both pissed ourselves with no leg drip. It was amazing. We put on a new pair and sat on the couch.
See, I like that. I like the of age. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
knowing better, but still.
That's pretty good. All right. Hula Boy Steve says, don't change Petey's confession. That violates don't change his name. That violates the safe space nature of confessions.
Oh, okay.
That's a nice way. We can always refer to him just as Petey.
Yeah.
But my God.
I just like changing it if he chimes in later on the Hangout or something like that. And
yeah.
They have no idea what's going on.
All right, let's get into Fired Up for Gemco. There's a buzz. There's a buzz around the building. Bzz. Fired Up. Brought to you by Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton and area for 45 years, and are the authorized dealer for Napoleon fireplaces. Whether it's gas or wood burning, look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. If you're looking for Napoleon fireplace and Napoleon products, find them at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. All right, you know what we're fired up for around here? A 7-man Tecmo League. Tecmo Super Bowl. We've got the graphics made. We've got a streaming computer set up right by the machine. We just need to sign up for a Twitch account, and then we will be live streaming our entire Tecmo regular season.
Declarations left, right, and center last
Everybody's
night.
declaring.
I do declare
that I'll be in the league. And so here's the 7 guys who are in it. It's the original 4. Myself, Maddie, Hernan, Yukon from the Bear will be coming over. They're just down there, not that far away.
Yeah.
He'll be coming over to play his regular season games. We told him, we're like, do not sign up for this league if you're not going to be able to play your games. And then the noobs, Reed, Jay, and YouTube Trev is going to try his hand in the Tecmo League. I'm not sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
Did Zach not declare?
Zach did not declare.
I'm sure he did.
No, he did not. Zach did not declare last night.
I remember him saying, I declare.
He do not declare.
He did not. No.
Okay, you're going to have to...
I mean, we'll try to confirm here, but I'm pretty sure Zach did not declare. No. He didn't declare. There's no declaration from Zach.
Nice round number, though.
We asked him a couple times. We're like, Zach, you want in? He's like, no, he's too focused on breaking 100.
Okay.
He did.
It's a big undertaking.
Interesting. But I am, yes, you said I'm looking for it. You don't know what I'm getting into? Oh, I think you're right. Just watching you guys it gets heated. It gets competitive.
Hernan and I almost came to blows during our
it's actually
preseason game yesterday.
Scary. So I have yet to play a game. I don't know any of the controls.
It's gonna be a tough year for you.
I think Blue Guy's in the same boat though. Hey,
and Reed.
Has Reed done the?
No, they haven't really played that much.
From the track and field world, hey.
But we've got it set up. We're gonna do a draft. These guys will get the better teams. We'll work our way down. Second round won't be a snake, and then we'll snake the third to sort of just level it out a little bit. But you guys are going to have we'll do a lottery for the new guys, but you're going to get a really good team. And then we'll have 3 teams, then we spin a wheel to see which round you're going to play with that day of which team you have. So, but Awanik's like, we need to play each person 6 times. I'm like, man, if we have a 7-team league, that's a lot of regular season games. So the whole meeting, we got into this big thing. Reed and I were for less games because a football schedule is 16, 18 games. Like, play everybody twice, and there's your regular season. Maddie's like 6 times each. I was like, that's going to take us 6 months to complete the schedule. So we ended up kind of meeting in the middle, and everybody's going to play everybody 4 times. And then we'll see where it goes from here. But I'm pretty excited about it. We've been talking about getting the Tecmo League going since we got blown out over the old building. And the league is expanded. We'll be streaming on Twitch, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got it set up so there's like a camera on us. And then, it should be a lot of fun, Trev. You got to be excited for it. You're a gamer.
I am. I am a gamer. And there's a Twitter account I was tagged in last night, so that was kind of cool. I looked back, dove into the history.
Did you dive into the history of the league? Yeah.
And Maddie's coming off.
What's it, Yeg Tecmo or Tecmo Yeg?
I think it's Yeg Tecmo.
YEG Tecmo? I think it's YEG Tecmo.
Yeah, and Maddie's coming off of a huge season.
Back-to-back titles for Maddie. I won 2, and then he won 2.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. I think I won 2 titles, and I think he won 2 titles.
His season, though, is the best to date.
That's what he claims.
Yeah, the most wins in Tecmo history in a season. So
he beat me yesterday, too. It was a tough day yesterday. I was great at 21 yesterday, but I sucked at Tecmo yesterday.
Tecmo YEG.
Tecmo YEG. No underscore or anything?
Nope.
All right, so that's where we'll be posting a lot of our results and stuff, and when the games are live, we'll link
official.
it to it. And,
felt included last night. That was good. Thank you.
But I like over in the chat, Strummy says, last minute, Hernan's going to tell Trev he doesn't have a spot in the league. As the ultimate revenge for soccer, for the soccer play.
That'd be funny.
Good pull.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. Anyway, so that's what we're fired up around here. Andrew from Calgary says, live streaming on Twitch is how I'm going to get my husband hooked on EST. Hey, man, the more platforms we're on, the more content we're doing, the better for everything that we're cooking around over here. Until, of course, we're like, there's no EST afternoons today because Hernan has to play Maddie, and it's only their 3rd or 4 meetings, and they got to get it in.
Come playoff time, right? That means we might have to rejig the scheduling.
Playoff final could be streamed like live on one of our shows. Yeah. Also on YouTube.
So I'll get the day off.
The final.
Like US
the
Thanksgiving.
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
Like the big one.
Yeah. Central Casino could have it on all the TVs, eh?
They probably could. All right. If you have any questions for 3 Questions Too Many, send them in. And we'll answer them. That's how the segment works. You submit questions and then we answer them. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. What a second hour of the show today. Man, from poor Trev. Oh, by the way, Trev, Tammy texts me and says, the Muzz says, we've got beds for Trev.
Oh, perfect.
There you go.
So I can stay there for a few nights. Great. Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe because we have 2 queen beds in the same room downstairs. Maybe you and I could be like in Step Brothers.
Yeah.
And lay there and say funny things to each other and stuff. And Trev, I'm going to fire you tomorrow. Go to sleep. Like, so yeah, it should be good. Oh, the commish, Quinn Phillips over in the chat there. Changing 200. Good. Let's go. Let's 300 show. Oilers Golden Knights tonight. Let's go. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us. If you want to play kind of easy trivia right now, gift certificate to Mr. Mike's where you could go and maybe stake your claim. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Text Trev. Find him a place to live and play kind of easy trivia right now. We've got 3 Questions Too Many coming up. We've got Gager coming up. The GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast is on the way. Plus the snow report and the wrap for William Huff. So we've got lots to get to as we work our way through the show this morning. And none of that is April Fools. That's all legitimate. That's all coming up in hour number 3. Let's get to a sports update right now for the fine folks at Windsor Plywood Leduc with LTE.
Game day as the Oilers open up a 4-game road trip in Vegas. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, your GCL Diesel pregame show. Coverage begins at 7 here on EST. You can also join the boys following tonight's action for the GCL Diesel postgame show. Elsewhere tonight, Boston are at home to Washington. The Panthers visit the Habs. Blues host the Wings. Calgary are in Utah. And the Kings welcome in the Jets. 4 games last night. Jersey over the Wild, 3-2 in a shootout. Flyers 2-1 over the Preds. Flames would rally to top Colorado 3-2 in a shootout. And it was the Stars over the Kraken 6-1. Oil Kings and Raiders, Game 3 of that opening round series goes tonight from Rogers Place. Puck drop at 7. Series is tied at a game apiece. Couple rule changes passed this morning in the National Football League. The NFL will now allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime, but amended to 10 minutes. Expanded replay assist has also passed. Andres Jimenez, third home run of the season. Jays take the opener of a 3-game set with the Nats, 5-2 your final. That series continues later tonight, first pitch 5:07. 7 games in the NBA tonight. Last night it was the Lakers holding off Houston 104-98. OKC rout the Bulls for their 10th straight win, 145-117, and the Celtics improved to 32-7 on the road, defeating Memphis 117-103. And over to curling, Canada's Brad Jacobs suffering his first defeat at the Men's Worlds down in Moose Jaw, falling 6-5 to Scotland yesterday. Canada will play twice later today, this morning at 9 against Sweden, and in the evening draw at 7 against Italy. Sports update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Very impressive. Taken a few years to put all this together.
It's not a one-year quest because it's so hard to get your hands on. At this stage of my life, I don't invest in green bananas. It's a lifetime quest. Just not sure if I'm going to be around long enough to see them ripen to be yellow. You can't party enough when you win that thing. It's a party machine. Party machine. Girl, I can't understand it. Why you wanna hurt me? That's why it's the Stanley Cup. After all of the things I've done for you. It's hard. It's hard. I buy you champagne and roses, diamonds on your finger. Diamonds on your finger. Still you hang out all night. What am I to do? My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
Oh, party all the time. Kenny Holland tribute. What's going on, everybody? Thank you very much. Edmonton Sports Talk off and running for another day. Thank you very much for being here. And we got a jam-packed day of shows for you here. We'll have the Hangout from 9 to 11, the Lock Shop from 11 to 1, from 12 or 11 to 12, Two Guys and a Goalie from 12 to 1, presented by GS Construction, EST Afternoons with Hernan and Gager, the Reed Wilkins Show from 3 to 6, and then pregame show tonight, 7 o'clock with the one and only handsome Tommy Gazzola and Hernan Salas as they get you set for the Oilers and the Golden Knights. You don't need to go anywhere else. You can listen to Edmonton Sports Talk right here and tune in on iHeart and at edmontonsportstalk.com. And of course, you can watch all of our stuff over on YouTube. And if you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. That would be great. Let's hammer through 300 today. All of our original songs brought to you by Totem Outdoor Outfitters. New gear, used gear, trade, and consign. Find the right fit for you. Visit them at 7430 99th Street or online, totemoutfitters.ca. The Nielson Show brought to you by South Ford Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. Go see the award winners out at South Ford Chev, and they will get you in the ride that you need. Playing that Kenny Holland got me thinking here. Playoffs are just around the corner.
They sure are.
Like, do I need to bang out a playoff song? We usually or is this year because there's like a weird buzz? Like
party all the time. I mean, that is the song. Somebody did mention too that if you did answer your door, you would have 6 vacuums from one Kenny Holland by now as well.
Just like, oh hey man,
the Electrolux or whatever.
I'll take another one. My parents bought encyclopedias that way. Somebody came to the door and sold my parents encyclopedias back.
Well, I ask you this then, Dusty, if you are like, what genre do you? We've kind of covered them all in the past.
I know.
Country, rap.
We did that Garth Brooks one.
Yep.
I thought that one deserved a little bit more love. I thought that was a nice one. There's been a lot of Nickelback. Last year, I finally got to do that one that I really like. What was the last year? Say this one.
Buck Cherry.
Oh, Buck Cherry, right? We called it Cup Cherry.
Cup Cherry.
Oh yeah! Pour it on.
Got a lot of run.
This is a good run during the
stretched out. Yeah.
You wanna win it? I mean, so we got a good run out of that. Obviously, Dallas from Nelson, who's been in hibernation over the winter, and he banged out a lot of good songs last year. Jaunty's always doing songs. Jason LeDuc had that one last year. Like, there were a bunch of people kind of came out of the woodwork for playoffs last year, which I'm sure might happen again if they can go on a little bit of a run. I've been listening when I'm around, like I'll listen to things and be like, oh, could I do a song out of this? Could I do a song out of this?
Maybe a little Papa Roach.
What was the one? Cut my life into pieces. What was the? I thought I was somewhere yesterday. I wrote one down. Or was that?
Or Linkin Park.
But where do we come out on like the original song of when they sing "You Shook Me All Night Long"? Like, is that a pretty popular song that people like? They were like I might be able to do like this is your playoff song, and then kind of tie it in like
that's a Def Leppard, isn't it? Reed would love it.
Like that's a pretty banger tune. We could do something with that. I think that. I mean, so anyway, if you have any suggestions for a playoff song or like a song that you think I could parody for a playoff song, maybe that's what this group needs to kind of just get rolling again. Just a banger track, right? 780-218-9999. Burglar is in and says, bring back the I'm Good playoff remix. Yeah, I don't even know if I managed to take that from the old. Remember, it was like I'm Blue. But,
yeah.
I don't know if know if that came with. I'm not sure. Let me just take a quick peek. What would that have been good under? Would have been good. Would it be under good?
I'll even take a Mr. Vane.
You know what?
Nude.
Actually?
Just nude.
Okay, no, but here's the thing. We were driving the other day with the family somewhere. I don't know where we were driving. And Mr. Vane came on. And I said to Tam, I said, man, this could be a good playoff song.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you're right. Like Mr. Vane. You know, like that could be good. I don't think I have the I'm Good playoff remix. Oh, wait a sec. Nope. Anyway, keep your suggestions coming in. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. There's something there. I think I can, things are kind of quiet right now before CFL fires up. I think I could bang something out pretty quick.
What about win, win, win instead of boom, 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 Venja Boys? Win, win, win. Let's get another win.
Venja Boys?
Is that the Venja?
Did you say Avenger Boys?
No, Venja.
Venga Boys.
Venga. Oh, damn it. Venga.
Younger generation not knowing Venga Boys.
Venga Boys.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know that song. I just butchered that. Shut up.
Anyway, any suggestions? 780-218-9999.
There you go.
Corey's Pancake says the blue one was played on here before. What? So you're saying I had it?
I don't recall.
I don't think we played it on here. I don't think we played it on EST. Let me see. I'll search blue. Maybe let's see here. Blue.
We've been too timid to play that stuff. We don't get flagged, right?
Yeah. I'll have to look deeper.
Strummy Rod's Rob Zombie.
Probably not going to work.
Big Maple wants hip hop.
I mean, hip hop would be interesting. I've always wanted to write a rap song.
How about Wasted Years by Iron Maiden? Ooh.
Jeez. We're not trying to break people's hearts here today. Like, yeah. All right. Anyway, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Yeah. All right. Well, keep the suggestions rolling in. Oh, how about this? Rubella and Vance Van Vandervan have an idea that they've been kicking around. I hope it'll be solid when we try and record it. Duffman says, pour some Skinner on me.
Sure.
Oh, you people are funny today. The Mr. Vane thing might work.
A Def Leppard tune too, since Reed is now in the fold.
Yeah.
might be a way.
Tell me good Def Leppard songs. Hey, let's go.
I don't know if I can.
It's got to be something that we can.
I'm not I must confess, not a huge fan. But Reed.
Oh, they do pour some sugar on me.
Yeah,
nice. I'm just kidding, Reed.
April Fools. Hey.
That was a total April Fools, Reed. Don't quit. All right, Trev, who's playing kind of easy trivia today?
Yeah, Trev, who's playing today?
No.
I just muted myself there.
No.
He is the brother. The brother.
No.
Oh, the brother.
The brother. Trust me, I didn't want to. I got fooled into this one.
Yeah.
This is a Seif. He sounds very proper.
Not today. What's happening today?
He sounds very proper.
What is going on in the show today?
Honestly, this isn't a Teef. I wouldn't have let the Teef play. Trust me.
All right, so
this is a Seif.
Asif is going to play Kind of Easy Trivia today, ready to stake his claim to Mr. Mike's for a 2-course steak dinner for just $39.99. Start with an Emperor Caesar salad or the rustic onion soup, and then enjoy the tender 7-ounce sirloin steak with béarnaise butter and garlic mashed potatoes loaded with savory toppings. Mr. Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually. Let's go to Asif this morning. Asif, good morning.
Gentlemen, how are you? I'm calling from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. How are ya?
How's your brother doing?
My brother, he is very upset with Trev. You know, he's very heartbroken, and Trev's his hero. He thinks he's Superman, and all I hear is Trev this and Trev that, you know? It's getting very annoying.
All right, Atif, are you ready to play?
Asif is ready to play, yes.
I thought I might get him. All right, Trev starts to ticker out to read the first question. All right, here. Asif, who do the Oilers play tonight? Asif.
They play Vegas.
Which center on the Knights was drafted one spot behind McDavid?
That'd be Eichel.
Which team originally drafted Eichel?
That would be Winnipeg.
Which city is home to the NBA's Rockets?
Houston.
Did the Blue Jays win yesterday? Oh my
Yes.
God. Asif, congratulations. You got it, man.
And he got it! That is why I did it! At number 5! Are you kidding me? That's right! Who do you think you are? I am! Get it right!
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a peddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Ooh, you better believe that's a peddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a peddling.
The first year, we took it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
All right, so there we go. Asif plays Kind of Easy Trivia today.
Not a doubt, eh?
You know what?
Never in doubt.
Legitimate French accent. I really believe Asif lives in Montreal.
Oh, Montreal.
Think he might have passed out for a second after the first question.
Strummy says one can't see, the other can't hear. There was a bit of a
yeah. There's a little bit of a delay there, but yeah, got the job done.
Yeah.
Abuski's in it says longest ticker ever. Yeah, I'm bitter. That was the same ticker we usually use. We did go Trev's long ticker, which is something that we've done since we realized his ticker was a couple seconds longer than the one that I usually use. All right, you can text us 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We'll get to more of those text messages from the Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages will win text of the day. And you'll win a gift certificate to A&W. You can go get your hands on the iconic, delicious, mouth-watering Teen Burger. GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast coming up. Gager's going to pop by. Marvin Basin Snow Report, wrap for William Huff, all still to come as well. But let's dive into 3 questions too many today. And if you have a question for 3 questions too many, feel free to submit it. And we can get to those. We've got a few locked and loaded here, but... Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who not only saran wraps the toilet seats at the dealership, but also the urinals. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Just a
Wouldn't
huge
that be what the hell?
Petey doesn't even care.
This is the day he goes down. This is great day to buy a car.
You got me. Okay, so did Abutski lose on a short ticker?
Oh boy,
is that what happened?
Oh, this was the soccer. No, he just didn't know. No, it was Abutski. You said you were fine with all of this. This was and Trev went 5 for 5
now.
Nah, I think we buried that hatchet a long time ago.
All right, do you have a Twitter account?
Yes, it's at Lieutenant_Eric. In which this morning, and once again, follow the Yag Tecmo Bowl League at Tecmo Yag, and a few good old tweets from that account as well. Also, the classic Simpsons scene where Bart shakes up the can of Duff in the paint mixer. Homer opens it. The house explodes. One of the more classic scenes in The Simpsons. And your shirt that you tweeted yesterday that you're wearing today, but that is up there as well for our listeners this morning and not viewers. But you can see all that up there as well. And I found a nice pin yesterday. Did you see that?
Oh, are you collecting pins now?
Well, I don't. My wife had a pin.
Okay.
It was, I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see it.
Well,
what'd you do?
Not safe for work, I'd say that.
What? Lieutenant Eric.
You might have to.
A filthy boy.
It's very dirty.
Filthy boy.
Very dirty indeed. It might garner a block this morning, actually, to be honest with you.
A block from me?
On X, yeah. Well,
I'm not going to block you.
Well, you might after this.
Whoa! I'm not liking it. That's what I'll say there. It's a SG pin, if you can believe it. Filth like that. And wear it on your lapel. All right, question number 1. Guys, if the Oilers go 2-2 and split the wins between the good teams and bad teams, would you view this as a good road trip?
Like the split is, for example, you win against Vegas and you win against San Jose.
Yeah, I think that's what the question is saying, yeah.
Yeah, I'll stand by what we said yesterday. I think 2-2 on this trip, and I don't really care how you cut it. You're looking at that Kings game, that'll be a test. Tonight, whatever. We'll see. Sure. Yeah, a split. Yeah.
I think I'd view it as good enough.
They are
you beat one of the better teams. That's like one of the teams that's either with you or ahead of you in the playoffs. And then
Rodriguez probably getting a start
against San
Nothing
Jose.
against him, but they're not the finished product yet. And I think as Craig pointed out, an investigative trip, perhaps.
I thought that was a nice way to lay it out. Button nailed it today. It's an investigative road trip to see what you have before some of these other guys come back.
In a good spot.
So I think a 2-2 trip will be good enough. If they come back with a 2-2 trip, I'm going to be like, okay. And what does it say? If they split them, so you beat one of the good teams, you lose to one of the good teams, you beat one of the bad teams, lose one of the bad teams. I know it'll sting a little bit because you're like, well, you should beat both the bad teams and come home with 6. I get it. But I think 4 would be good enough. If you want to chime in, you know where to do it. Paris Jewelers inbox. Question number 2. Let's go to Penner's Pancakes on this one. Will Dusty cut his hair before the CFL season? It's getting pretty wild, boys. I'm not going to lie. Let me take off the hat.
Chin strap remains as well.
Chin strap. Well, this is just going to grow back into a beard.
Yeah.
So I'll be chin strap guy for a few more days. My hair is probably, how many inches would you say this is? This is getting pretty ridiculous. I do not see a requirement to cut it until CFL season. And I'm not doing any CFL preseason games. So I could give this thing a couple more months if I
10
wanted to take it for a
centimeters, I
run.
would say, at the top of length, because it's longer at the top. Like you had a cut, so it's longer at the.
I haven't had a cut.
No, but you had it before. It was a cut, like shorter.
Yeah,
on the
it was
side.
shorter on the sides, longer on the top.
You're getting some wings too, hey?
Yeah,
Trev,
the wings.
look at those
Trev,
wings,
Trev
hey?
was complimenting me on the wings, the other day.
He's got the wings?
Yeah, like a couple nice wings.
Hockey boy?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty lucky to still have hair like this, so I don't want to just like take it for granted. But I don't know. I think I'll probably go. So whose hair? I don't know if the question would be worse or better. Like Principe's hair is wild right now. Like that looks pretty crazy. Mine is just a guy with long hair.
But he's got it combed, as we said, for the Bell and Scone event on Tuesday. You and the Ford brothers and Reed get a wet comb and just slicked back, hey? Give me a little bit of that.
Slicked all the
Give
way
me a little
back,
bit of that. A little dippity do in there for the hold. A little dippity do for the hold.
I am going to do an afro show before I cut it. Like I'll blow dry it one morning and I'll kick
You got one piece that's really flying there in the middle
like
there.
it's even just like, but I don't plan on cutting it until like TSN is like, hey man, you got to go back to work, and then I'll get it trimmed up and shave off the beard and stuff.
But the Twitter handle remains.
But yeah, I don't know. Nobody said anything about the Twitter handle, so that's good. Man, there's lots of good questions coming in today. We might expand the questions a little bit. Like for example, I don't even know if this would be an official question, but it's a fun one. Matt at the Garrison says, "How much did EST offer the NHL for broadcast rights?" Should I put that out there? Should I put it out there that we were also in the mix?
I don't know if you want to define it as a low ball, but
I mean, I'll just say the number. $17,799.
$0.38.
It was kind of what we could round up among staff members, savings accounts, things like that. Didn't even get us a meeting, if you can believe it, which I think is kind of ridiculous because the National Hockey League needs to be looking at all avenues right now.
Should have gotten us a seat at the table.
Can't even get us a meeting. Didn't even get us a reply. We're just like, you were like messing back. Hey, did you see our offer? Did you see our offer? Is there a response coming from you guys on the 17799? And no, nothing. Nothing.
Plus staffing to populate the panel. I mean, it was a full meal deal, a full court press.
Yeah, and nothing. I said, like, I could write songs for you, right? That type of stuff.
Sure. Have you heard that you sent the Buck Cherry MP3, the Cup Cherry?
I said that, and then I said, and also, what do you think about this? Pour some skin on me. And they're like, what?
We exhausted all of our avenues.
Yeah. So we tried.
Yeah.
Like, we tried, but whatever. No big deal.
Hey, they don't want us?
Yeah, we didn't want them anyway. Here's the thing. I said, actually, I take that offer back.
You rescinded.
You know,
all in 24. What a wild 24 hours it was, eh?
I don't think we were going to. I don't think we were going to. It's just a big question segment now. People are just asking questions. Should we just keep answering questions? Let's just keep answering questions.
Yeah, sure.
Oil 5 Darling says, why does Dusty still have 1260 in his Twitter handle? Well, once again,
great question.
It's not a great question. I mean, we talk about it all the time. I can't figure out what I want to change it to. And then if I change it and I don't like it, I got to change it again. So it's just going to stay how it is for now. We've ran some other ideas by. I don't know. I mean,
Tecmo champ. You should just get out in front of that. Get the handle. Preemptive strike.
Chaser's account is still Chase 1260.
Is he still going?
I don't know if he still tweets or anything, but Chaser's account still says Chase 1260. He was only with me for like a year.
Yeah, there it is.
So, I mean, I still got like a decade that I could go here.
3-year hiatus.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where I would go with it. I thought about Nielson, ESTSN.
Yeah.
Because it kind of ties in nicely. But I don't know. So that's why we haven't switched that. I saw, like Amish Man says, Nielson ESTSN. How is this so hard? EST Dusty. Yeah. I mean, that would be an easy one. I don't know. Have we never suggested that? That's not bad. Somebody else was asking a little bit earlier on, maybe it was Big Maple. Where is it here? A bunch of questions that were rolling in. I think Big Maple. Man, the nasty chat's moving today. So if you're watching over on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us.
There is an @Dustin Nielsen account, but it's been suspended.
Really?
Much like the Hamburger Helper account that also got suspended.
Jasmine's asking if my wife likes my hair. She does. Like if Tam had an issue with Tam, likes seeing like the curls and stuff come out of the hair. Like she's just like, oh,
with that strap too.
Yeah, because she loves Thor, right? Yeah. And like my hair is starting to look like Thor's a little bit.
Of course.
She likes that. So she likes the beard and the longer hair. So as one song said, I do it for the ladies.
That's a remix.
That's Charlie Major. He did it. Big Maple. I think it was Big. Somebody was asking, like, guys, where will your office be in 5 years? Which I thought was kind of an interesting question. That's an interesting question.
Maddie's always looking to move, hey?
Maddie always wants out.
He's always looking for that next step.
Well, our lease here is actually up in like 3 months.
You just got the sign.
I know. I don't plan, like, we don't. Would you guys say that our office is still a comfortable size when 10 of us are here midday?
I think it's got good traffic. It's not like. Yes. Yeah,
this is about but it's about as big. Like you know, like
at capacity, you'd say.
At capacity.
Yeah.
But I also love the layout of the office. Like everybody can talk to everybody. Nobody's hidden around corners and stuff. Yeah. So in 5 years, though, we'll be somewhere else.
Great neighbors.
Yeah, the neighbors are great here.
Victor's
like
been very
when we
welcoming.
move, it's going to be like, or like if we move someday, which will probably happen over the next 5 years. I mean, that'll be a sad day. Hopefully Victor will help us move. You know, that type of thing. Like, Brendan, what's up, buddy? But We could use a little more space.
We could knock down a few walls, I'll say that.
Well, I will tell the landlady.
This psychiatrist hasn't been here for weeks. She's got boxes.
Amazon boxes piling up out there. I mean, what are you doing leaving a...
We'll take it.
Yeah, what are you doing leaving a coffee machine in an Amazon box? And yes, I did check in on it just to make sure it wasn't a bomb.
Yes.
But yeah, like if she was to leave, I talked to the landlord about scooping up that
Knock
office.
the wall down.
I would just, we could knock the wall down, or we could turn that office just into a nap zone.
Yes.
We should be big for people, I think. Or we put all the Tecmo stuff over there so it doesn't distract everybody over here. And imagine having a Tecmo office.
Yeah, Matt the Garrison, lots of room at Sunwapta.
Jeez.
Well, he ain't wrong.
That's the old building we used to be in, and you're right. It's I pop over there sometimes. I'm pretty sure we could move in there and nobody would even know.
Ray would keep it quiet.
Like nobody would even know. There's rooms in that building where we could just be there and nobody would ever know. Cole Harbor Joe's and it says, it's funny, Dusty. The less I look like myself, the more my wife likes me too. Hey, wait a second. Is that an April Fool's? Cole Harbor Joe. Come on. All right. Keep the text messages rolling in. Gager's already locked and loaded. He's always an early boy. So we'll get to Gager coming up because then we got the GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast to get you rolling. Marmot Basin snow report. We'll get into that as well. And the wrap for William Huff still to come. And any ideas for a real good? I think it's got to be a rock song in the playoffs, don't you? Like rock and roll. You know?
Give me an R.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Is that a song?
Helix is a Canadian band. I'll give you a friggin' R. Right?
I don't think that'll work. Anyway, keep your suggestions rolling in there. We'll talk about office size with Gager coming up next. He's going to join us. Get his thoughts on the game. Yeah, see a little Rodrigue on the trip.
Expectations for Yuki in Japan.
That's a big one, eh?
RB2. Eh?
God, yeah, we'll get into that. EST Parlay is online plus 355 over on the exclusives page at CoolBet if you want to ride with us. Draisaitl over 1.5 points. Hyman point. Bouchard point tonight against Vegas. You do not need the Oilers to win to cash that ticket. Go to coolbet.com and click on exclusives. All right, on the way next, Joaquin Gage will pop by. Then we'll get to the GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast. Take a closer look at the Oilers and the Golden Knights tonight. Keep those text messages flying in as well, 780-218-9999. And if you are watching over on YouTube today, how could you not love this sneaky good Tuesday show? We're 39 likes away from changing 300, so hammer the thumbs up over there as well. Let's get to the sports update right now for a place where it's always game day. Century Casino, Sports Bar and Lounge.
Oilers embark on a 4-game road trip beginning tonight in Vegas. EST's got you set. Tom Gazzola, Hernan Salas, the GCL Diesel pregame show. Coverage starts at 7 tonight. The boys also will be by following tonight's game, taking your reaction on the GCL Diesel post-game show. Other action tonight, the Kings host the Jets. Flames visit Utah. Detroit are in St. Louis. Habs host Florida. And Ovi Watch continues as the Capitals visit the Bruins. Last night, it was the Stars 6-1 over the Kraken. Flames rallying to top Colorado 3-2 in a shootout. Flyers 2-1 over the Preds. And the Devils also victorious in the shootout 3-2 over the Wild. Game 3 between the Oil Kings and Raiders tonight from Rogers Place. Puck drop at 7. That series tied at a game apiece. Some rule changes in the NFL this morning. The NFL will allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime, but amended to 10 minutes. Expanded replay assist has also been passed. Jays series continues tonight with the Nationals. Toronto taking the opener last night 5-2. First pitch 5:07 this evening. Jose Barrios will get the start. NBA action, 7 games tonight. Last night, Lakers over the Rockets 104-98, and the Celtics 117-103 over Memphis. Over to curling, Canada's Brad Jacobs suffered his first defeat at the Men's World 6-5 to Scotland. Canada will play twice today, later this morning at 9 against Sweden, and the evening draw against Italy at 7. Sports update. Presented by Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, wall-to-wall TVs, daily food and drink specials. It is the place to be for every Oilers game. Every day is game day at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
DRS, DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose. Drop the wing and then use DRS, DRS, DRS.
8:30 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here. Nielson Show brought to you by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. 35 likes away from changing 300. So hammer the thumbs up for us over there as well. I think I saw Joel says, guys, so we're talking about Trooper for a possible playoff song. We could just do Here for a Good Time, not a long time.
Santa Maria
for the playoffs this year.
Have that in the holster.
Here for a good time. Yeah. Not that's a nice little 2-rounder, eh?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think if they make it past the second round this year, people will be probably pleasantly
given the atmosphere right now.
With the way the vibe is
today,
right now.
sure.
Let's see where it goes, I guess. 780-218-9999. We will get to a few of those. And over on the nasty chat, we'll come around to a few more of your comments there. GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast on the way. Marvin Basin Snow Report, the rap for William Huff, all still to come as well. But let's bring in Joaquin Gage this morning. Gage, you're obviously an absolute beauty. Brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Where's my Pro-Am liner kicking around here? I got two. Oh, here it is. It's over here. Sneaky guy. Gage is brought to you by Pro-Am. Let Pro-Am help you with your team fundraiser with no-risk auction and raffle items. Visit them in-store for all the details. Located at Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. And, I mean, it's tough. You're trying to find ways to fundraise. You're like, well, you don't want to commit this. No-risk auctions and raffles at Pro-Am. Brilliant idea. Go see the Cooks and Boys. And they will help you out with your event. All right, there he is. Joaquin Gage, how are you, buddy?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Trev.
Morning, Gager.
How's everyone doing?
Morning, Gager.
Everybody say good morning, Gager.
Good morning.
Hey, do you hear? How about Trev getting kicked out of his place? Eh? Do you hear this?
I know. I started cleaning one of my son's room.
See, everybody wants you to live with him, Trev. Everybody wants you to live with him. You're a nice guy, Trev. You're a nice guy. 1 bath a week, though. That's it. That's got to be there. Does that not have to be the rule, Gager? Like
Saturday nights.
There has to be some sort of lease agreement with the tub. That's I don't know if I'm down with that.
He has to bring his own tub. It's a BYOT.
Yeah, maybe we get something for outside.
There you go. Something for outside. It's summer. Outside summer bathtubs.
Yeah.
That could,
my dog has a little pool that you can use, Trev. You can blame that.
I'm sure that'll be just okay. I'm okay with anything. At this point.
Gager, where do you come out on the size of our office right now?
It works. It's a little I guess
cozy.
The boardroom. Right? Yeah, the boardroom could be a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah.
But no, I because there's kind of that useless space in the back corner. Right. So
the one where the fridge is, right? I mean, it is the fridge space.
Well,
I know, but
those two chairs just sit there. It's nice for a conversation.
Yeah.
I know. I've tried to sit there, but no one sits in the other one and wants to talk to me.
You're around the corner, just sitting there awkward.
So I just go into the back office there, and that's it. So, but no, I think it's fine. Why is? I mean, now that the Tecmo League is getting going, the doors to the actual studio that the Popeye studio which you're in now will probably have to be closed.
Yeah,
because of the exuberance of guys and the dancing that goes on after touchdowns.
I have a tendency to get a little bit louder than I think.
Well, yeah.
Sorry about that.
You can hear the show in the back.
It was a heated meeting. I didn't know. Like, I was surprised it went as smooth as it did after some pretty serious Tecmo preseason. Like we said, there was a lot. It wasn't just preseason. Like, it's the end of preseason, so a lot of regulars were in the lineups.
Yeah.
And it was. You could have said it looked like week 3 of a Tecmo League, not preseason.
That's good. I like that. Matty trying to take Tecmo League to the moon in the first year of expansion. I was like, calm down. What are we going to end up in the United States here all of a sudden? Like, let's just get through the 7-man league with a slightly smaller schedule.
He wants games in London.
How it goes. Yeah, Maddie's like, I think we should fly YouTube Trev and Hernan over to Europe for the opener. Like, calm down, man. Jeez Louise. Gage, you're also worried. You come out on Glue Guy reserving a chair for the.
See, I didn't. I saw that, and I had to say I'm okay with it, and here's my reasoning.
Okay.
Because his seat is right there in the boardroom, where that's where the great show 3 to 6 with Reed and Jay gets all hashed out. So he's used to working in that chair, and that just shows the professionalism and he wanting to bring that work-like attitude to the meeting by making himself comfortable with familiar surroundings, and that includes that chair. So I think
that's great reasoning, Gager. That's great reasoning.
Yeah. So I think he just wanted to bring it to the meeting and be ready for it. And the way that he does that is to be as comfortable as possible, and probably the reason why he put that piece of paper on that chair.
Joaquin Gage with us on the show this morning, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. The Oilers tonight against the Golden Knights, Gager. Is there a path to victory here if Leon Draisaitl's just okay to very good and not like absolutely insane?
Well, they got some injuries too, right? So
yeah, they are missing some bodies. Hurdle's not going to be going, obviously.
Hurdle's out.
So, yeah.
Petrangelo's out. So, like you had mentioned earlier, I want to see the battle of Eichel and Draisaitl tonight. Like, who's going to win this battle? Button was talking about the great season that Eichel's having. I want a real, tete-a-tete with these guys going at each other for 60 minutes and see what happens. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think whoever wins that battle increases the chances of their teams winning just because how good these players are. So and Leon always seems to get up for these types of battles too. And Jack Eichel as well. I can't wait for tonight. Actually, that's a good reason to stay up till 10:30 at night.
You have to wait for 11 hours and 22 minutes still for it to start.
Yeah. Time ticking, though, till that San Jose game Thursday at 8:30, though. I know we've circled that. But expanding on this trip, Gage, I know Button called it an investigative trip, I guess, for Knobloch and the staff right now in terms of where the season's at. What would be your fair expectations in terms of results coming home from this 4-gamer?
Well, I think I wouldn't be happy with a split, to tell you the truth, guys. I think it's at least 3-1 that the Warriors.
But if it is a split, Gage, are you like major disappointment?
Well,
it's okay.
Here's why.
I mean, I
am because I watched the Leaf Kings game on last Saturday. And the Kings seem to be on a different level. Like they're ramping things up. They're physical. They compete in the hard areas. And looking at their home record this year, only losing 3, I really think that home ice in the first round against the Kings is going to be a premium for the Edmonton Oilers. They have to try to catch the Kings and get those first 2 games in Rogers. I don't think you want to start in the road, and I don't think you want to give a Kings team that's, quite hungry to beat these Edmonton Oilers that have vanquished them over the past few seasons in the first round. And if they can jump out, and let's just say the Kings finish with home ice advantage and they can win those first 2 games, they're going to start feeling really good about themselves coming into Rogers Place. I just think it would be very disadvantageous for Edmonton to start down 2 after what happened last year, going, oh my gosh, is history repeating ourselves? Are we going to go down 3-0 and have to battle back and get this to a game 7? I think they really have to start at home.
4 games on the road trip, assuming Skinner is not available for it. Do you give Rodrigue the Sharks and Pickard the rest of the way?
See, Hernan and I talked about this yesterday. It all depends on how tonight goes. If Pickard has a good game, again, I think you have to come back from this at least 3-1. And I do believe playing Pickard gives you the best chance of winning. It's not back-to-back or anything. I think you roll with him again if he's playing well. There's a splinter in my brain that's telling me that there's an evaluation of right now of who starts game 83, to tell you the truth, Dusty. Let's face it, Stuart Skinner hasn't been what he was at this point last year, I don't think.
Nope.
And so if Pickard can get rolling right now, I don't see why, when you're trying to secure home ice advantage, that you just don't roll him through this. Now, if he doesn't play well, then I think there might be a case to throw Rodrigue in. But I don't like the optics of going, well, we're playing the Knights, we lost, but we're just playing the Sharks. Who cares? We'll throw in a guy with 20 minutes of NHL experience and hope to win. I don't think that's it's a mindset that they don't talk about, and they say it doesn't affect you, but it's kind of it seems like a throwaway game to me if you start a guy that doesn't have, like, during this important time, that you're just hoping to get something out of him.
Did you hear that down there, Dusty?
Yeah. Gager, while you were talking, my chair went down about 8 inches. It just slowly kept sinking down. I'm just way down here now. I'm just a little boy. All right, do you want to talk F1?
Well, yeah. I mean, the first Sakura in Japan, cherry blossom season begins. We all know Yuki Tsunoda now taking that RB2 seat. He's had some time. You mentioned get in the simulator, get going there. What would be a fair, reasonable expectation for him this weekend, do you think?
See, this is the multi-million-dollar question, and then everyone's pool in fantasy. Do you pick up Yuki at this point now that he's in the Red Bull seat? I'm fascinated, and you get the nice thing is you get 3 practices with him in that Red Bull car, and all eyes are going to be on what are his times look like. What do Liam Lawson's times look like in the Racing Bulls car now that he's back with that team? But I do believe Yuki has a shot to I don't say battle max, but I think he can battle in that 10 through probably 6 places with that Red Bull car if he can get it under him. Like, he's had a few weeks to get into the simulator right now and kind of get accustomed to it. It's all different once you hit the track.
Yeah.
Although he has a little bit of added pressure on him, right? This is his home race, and now he's with Red Bull. So this is there's some added kind of things going on too. But look, I can't wait to see Yuki. He's fun to listen to on the radio.
Yeah.
But hopefully he can, for Red Bull's sake, just start getting some points.
I'm sure him and Max would be great teammates.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they'll get along really well. I mean,
they'll be perfect, right?
Yeah.
They'll be awesome. What a dynamic those two as a teammates. This will be This will be great. I can't wait.
Gager, I'm just looking at Wonder Bread Racing 25 and Old Spice Racing 25 on our fantasy lineup here. When it says free transfers 3 of 3, what does that mean?
So because you didn't use any last week, you get an extra one this week. So you can actually, instead of the 2,
so I can flip out 3 guys and put in 3 new guys.
You can, or a constructor, sort of flip out a car, right?
Okay. All right.
What you can do is just blast everyone and then try to put everyone back, right? But just make sure you're
just have 2 of the same guys still. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to dive into that after the show today. I just realized that I've got 3 of the same guys on both of my teams. So
spread it out a bit. Hey,
yeah, I've looked at a few teams. A lot of them mirror each other. I've gone a different route. I've got 2.
Do you have 2 completely different teams?
But maybe that shows because I'm so low in the standings right now. But we're hoping to make a.
Are you having a rough start, Gager?
Oh yeah, real rough start.
Really?
I'm Liam Lawson right now. A lot of expectations, no results.
Jeez, that's not good, buddy.
But that's where I was last year, Dusty. So.
And then you figured it out?
Then we figured out the car. We had some good add-ons. We started getting points and just we started dominating later on in the season.
Couple weeks in the simulator for you.
Yeah, just kind of like McLaren did, right? Once we figured out we unlocked the potential of what we had. And we went from there.
Man, it must be driving you nuts, though, that Hernan's in 3rd.
No, it's great, actually, because he acts like he's in last. And you should see him. He's an absolute wreck and complains and complains and complains about the pool and what he can and cannot do. It is great. I don't care. If I have to suck it up and not win but look at him all year and just almost give himself a heart attack every race week. I'll do it, Dusty. I'll do it. This is more than enough just for me.
All right, Gager, good stuff, buddy. We'll see you in the office later.
Can't wait.
I'm just looking at the standings of our.
I'm having troubles logging in. Where's Yuki Romeo and Yuki Tori?
Yuki Tori's at 25th out of 30.
Okay.
And what did you say, Yuki Romeo? 7th. You got a team in 7th right now, buddy. Tommy Gazzola is in 10th and 30th. He's dead last with the Monarch of Monaco team. Tough look. Glue Crew's in 29th and 20th. That's probably the two. Oh, no, Maddie's lower than both of them.
And is Coop still P1?
Both of Maddie's teams have the exact same amount of points. Nope. Cass is in the first place. Barry Cool's in second, one of the nasties. And then Hernan's in third. Lucas is in fourth.
Yep.
And the Coob is in fifth. So we have 30 teams in this thing. What an epic league we've got going. I didn't realize there was this much going on.
What is this, the Tecmo League?
Hey, go in and make some. Tecmo League will be. You wait till you see it. People are going to be talking about Tecmo League for the rest of our days.
Again, we need that London game.
We'll see what happens. All right, let's get into your GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast. Of course, the GCL Diesel pregame show will get rolling with Tommy Gazzola tonight at, I think they say 7 bells, and then that'll take you up to puck drop. And then after that, you watch the game, and then after the game, you tune back in to Tommy and Hernan for the post-game coverage following this game against Vegas tonight. The Orange and Blue Breakfast is brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They're the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years. GCL Diesel, let's get into it. The Edmonton Oilers, when we last saw these guys, Draisaitl with Arvidsson and Podkolzin, that line was really good. I mean, Draisaitl was a monster, but Arvidsson and Podkolzin had nice games as well against Calgary. Nuge, Skinner, and Hyman, Henrique, Kapanen, and Jones, Matthias Janmark, Connor Brown, and Corey Perry, Wallman, Bouchard, Nurse, Stetcher, Kulak, and Emberson. As for Vegas, and we'll get into the injury report here right away for Podium Physiotherapy. Eichel between Stone and Barbashev, Nicholas Roy-Saad and Dorofeev, Carlson, Smith, and Olofsson. Howden, who's got 22 goals. Howden with Kolasar and Tanner Pearson. On the back end, no Pietrangelo. More on that. But McNabb and Theodore, Hannafin and Whitecloud, Haig and Caden Korczak. As for a list of guys who aren't tough enough to play hockey tonight, that is brought to you by Podium Physiotherapy. Knee pain from that nagging ACL injury, hip or shoulder pain slowing you down, back pain after a long day at work, they've got you covered. Whether it's a sports injury, post-op recovery, or just the wear and tear of your everyday life, the expert team is ready to get you back on track at Podium Physiotherapy. Unlock the athlete in you. What's the update? Lots going on here with the Oil.
Yeah, the Oilers, of course. I mean, a handful of guys that might join them. But just looking at tonight, Frederick, Regula, Kane, McDavid, Skinner, Ekholm, all out for the Vegas Golden Knights. As you mentioned, Pietrangelo, Hurtle as well, and Ilya Samsonov not cleared to play.
A couple big pieces missing on the Golden Knights side of things as well.
Sure.
So it's not like they're completely healthy. Let's see where it goes. Obviously, any team, nothing against Pietrangelo or Hurtle, but not having Connor McDavid, a little bit more significant. So
yeah,
we'll see where that plays.
More of a finished product, though, for the Golden Knights as a whole. You'd argue, though.
Like the rest of the group.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. No, I would agree. I would agree with that. All right, it's the GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast. What is your key to a victory tonight, buddy?
Certainly, we're looking at Draisaitl v. Eichel. I mean, that's a matchup we'll be keeping an eye on, and maybe whoever out-duels each other in that might lead to victory tonight. Also, special teams. When it comes to power play percentage, the Golden Knights top of the league, 30.8. Oilers at 8th at 25.3. When it comes to the penalty killing, though, Edmonton 20th, Vegas down at 24th on the penalty kills. So maybe that's something that the Oilers can take advantage of tonight. Leon Draisaitl as well, just a number here, 2 goals to reach 400 for his career. So maybe tonight could be the night and he gets a little lucky down in Vegas to get that 400.
I'll say he does it. I'll make that my game day prediction.
Yeah.
Leon Draisaitl hits 400 goals tonight. 399 and 400 tonight for the mighty Leon Draisaitl. We have him in the parlay for over 1.5 points.
Leo.
You know what those can be? Those can be goals.
Yeah.
Let's go Leon Draisaitl just taking it to another level again tonight. Trev, you'll be loving life. You'll be so happy. Who cares where you're going to live in May? Like, you don't even care. It's very exciting. So that's good news right there. It's your GCL Diesel Orange and Blue Breakfast. Oilers and Golden Knights going at it tonight. We'll continue to get you ready across the station throughout the day for a, if they were to win this game tonight without Ekholm and without McDavid, that's a big confidence boost for this group going into not just the rest of the trip, but more importantly, down the stretch into the playoffs. Get everybody pulling in the same direction. You do that tonight, you should be able to hang tough against the Golden Knights. Pre-game show brought to you by GCL Diesel starting at 7 o'clock here tonight. Live on YouTube, on TuneIn, on iHeart, and at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. All right, let's get into your Marmot Basin Snow Report. Snow Report Day. Here we go. Makes my day. Makes my day.
So stoked. Like, winter's here. I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just so stoked.
Yes.
I mean, it came down last night, what, a good 5 inches?
Last night, I think so. Something like that, and a couple feet the day before.
You've got a 5-foot base with 5 inches of freshie on top.
3 centimeters of new snow overnight. And this just in, it's still snowing. Settled snowpack at 117 centimeters. Forecast is calling for the snow continue throughout the day today and Wednesday, and then sunny for Thursday and the weekend. Bluebird skies. Temperature 7 o'clock. It was -4 this morning. All lifts are spinning. Marmot is open until May 4th, and conditions are excellent throughout the entire mountain. Check them out, www.skimarmot.com.
Makes my day.
Makes my day indeed. And just to clarify, that makes my day clip came from Reed Wilkins. Reed had brought it up yesterday during his show while I was standing next to him. He goes, somebody texted in, was like, where's that makes my day clip from? And somebody in the Nasty chat was like, it's from Clint Eastwood. Or something like that. And Reed's like, you didn't say it was from me. So just so everybody knows.
Makes my day.
That's Reed Wilkins. And it's not go ahead, make my day.
Yeah, punk.
It's makes my day, and it's from a Dunk video. That's where it originates from. So don't be getting mixed up with one of the most classic movie quotes of all time.
It's the Wilkins spin.
Exactly. Makes my day.
Few shots for him to be CFL commissioner as well earlier on in the show.
I'd buy into it.
Yeah.
I'd fully support it as long as he got to keep working here. But yeah, if you've not yet checked out the Reed Wilkins show, it's a smash hit. We got lucky. Reed's the best. Every day from 3 until 6 right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. This is not Dirty Harry.
Makes my day.
It's Dirty Reed.
Yeah. That's ain't wrong there.
All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, Bruce and the team, man. Simple as that. They hooked a bunch of you up with tickets to that Oil Kings game tonight, which is absolutely amazing. Go enjoy Game 3. And if you need your business to look a little bit better, get it done at William Huff. They've been doing this since 1952. www.williamhuff.com. All right, what did we learn on the show today, boys?
NFL. Jasmine's been keeping us up to date as well. No read on the tush push yet. They're pushing that down the line. But NFL will now allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime, but amended to 10 minutes. Expanded replay assist has also passed this morning. So a few NFL news and notes to pass along.
I think I start using replay on some stuff that CFL uses replay on. Probably.
It's the same. It's
bottom line
a tale
is
as old as time here.
Randy Ambrose is a better commissioner than what's going on south of the border. All right, let's get to your sound of the day today. We're Where do we go for sound of the day today? Lots of good talk about possible playoff songs that we could go after.
Yeah, give me an R.
I like that. Let's just say this again.
How rude. I'm your huckleberry. How rude.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
Tombstone Tuesday.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
Is it Reed's birthday today?
No.
Nobody told us this. No. Jasmine's claiming it's Reed's birthday today.
We'll go with it then.
Is Reed in today? He's off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think.
Oh, okay.
He's in today and it's his birthday. Oh, man, Reed, it's your birthday today. What does that mean? I guess I'll have to explain that so many years ago on this day,
30.
It was the first time your parents saw your beautiful face. And then
so on and so
6
forth.
months ago on that magical day, we finally got you out of that other place. And now you're having a good time, splashing little glasses of Coke and drinking it sometimes. There you go. That's Reed's birthday song. I bet you Stav never sang that for him.
I
just saying.
Probably not.
Just saying. All right, let's get to text of the day today. Where's Pissy Pants Pete? You got to bring this up.
Triple P.
I tried to find him. I couldn't find him.
Triple P now.
He's Triple P?
He wanted to be Triple P just to avoid any confusion as to if his...
So his name in there is not Triple P?
It is now Triple P.
It'll always be Pissy
Because I'm
Pants
fine
Pete
with
to me.
Triple P.
All right.
I don't know if I'm too late for confessions, but when I was a young lad, I put on all my pairs of tidy whities and intentionally pissed myself to see how many layers it would go through. He says no exact count. Sure, it was 15 pairs and ages of 6 to 8.
That's the text of the day.
Yeah.
It's not going to win text of the year, but that's the text that made us laugh the most, boys. Like,
very strong.
I mean, if there's an Esty for confession of the year, that's right up there. That's pretty impressive. Congratulations, Pissy Pants Pete. Go get yourself a Team Burger, my man. You've won a gift certificate to A&W. Canada's original burger chain since 1956. You know all about the Team Burger. That's why it's iconic. Cheddar cheese, bacon, beef, onion, tomato, pickles, lettuce, teen sauce. Gotta love it at A&W. Fun game day show. This is outside of Trev's confession. I mean, Trev's confession was kind of sad. But we'll get you a new place, Trev. You'll find another place to live. And you know what? Your next place probably even be better than this place.
A door closes, the window opens type of thing. Like this is
that is a popular.
It's meant to be, and yeah. You move.
I didn't know it was Reed's birthday. Should have said something last night. The old. This is his first birthday with EST.
I should brought in a cupcake or something.
I can't wait to give him a big hug.
Well, that's a nice thing
He
to
likes
do to him
hugs.
today. Yeah. We're 13 likes away from changing 300. Hammer the thumbs up for Reed's birthday. Make sure you're watching the show today from 3 until 6.
So he's an April Fool. A true April Fool.
Oh, Reed's birthday is a... Wait a second. Is this a bit? Could Reed have told people that his birthday was April 1st just so today he could go on the show and say, ha!
That's smart.
It's not my birthday.
You dirty
I wish I
dog.
would've thought of that.
You dirty dog.
Man. Now I don't know. Like, did we just sing birthday song and we're the fools?
He got
He
an
made
April
a fool
Fool
out of us.
That's a tough look. Wow. All right. Well, boy, if he got us, that's really good.
Yeah.
Well, he got I want to go. Jasmine got it.
Are you sure
But it's April Fool's
Are you
Day.
April Fooling us? I feel like that's exactly what somebody would say who's
It's
trying to
April
April Fools us. Now is only his birthday
Are you
until
aware
noon,
of the date?
right?
Oh.
Because you're not supposed to do
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You're
you're
not supposed to
right.
do April Fools afternoon. Somebody else we know is having a birthday today
Can
too.
you mouth it silently?
Yeah. Oh, that's nice too. That's good.
I don't know. Who
Oh,
that
look
is.
at that. All these
I
birthdays.
guess we can say it publicly. Like it's not a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, why was it a secret?
No. Okay. Yeah.
Did you say GG or CG?
CG.
Corey Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday. Host of my favorite podcast, the MC TV podcast with Mark Peugeot.
Nice.
Man, him and Reed share birthdays.
He's also an April Fool.
Are they both trying to trick us?
Those
Pulling
fooly
a fast
boys.
one on us, I believe.
I can't imagine if I was a doctor and somebody was giving birth, I pull out the first baby and be like, congratulations. And then because if it was April Fool's, I'd be like, just a second, there's another. And then see what they'd say.
It's a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Fools.
This kid again has a penis. April Fools. All right, Hangout's coming up next. It's gonna do it for us. Turn on autoplay on YouTube. That'll take you right over to the Hangout today. I'll be back with the lock shop and 2 guys and a goalie as well. 8 likes away from changing 300. So smash that before you go. And yeah, great day setting up Oilers and Golden Knights tonight right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Please tell your friends about EST and what we're doing over here. We think they'll like it. For YouTube, Trev and Lieutenant Eric, I am Dustin Nielsen. Have a great day. Take it easy.